The Bluetooth is off. I just want to make sure. I'm going to cut that off. We ain't got no issues. Just in case. Yep.
All right, Shalom. We the Hebrew Israelites. We come out week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this sinful kingdom called America, also known as Babylon in the scriptures. And first and foremost, before we get started, we want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son in their proper true names in the Hebrew tongue. Call, Halayim, La, Yahawah, Bahashim, Yahawah'S, Bahashim, Ha, Rakah, Quadash, Ma'amah. Also want to give a double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, also to our elder as well, down here in the Lions Den of Yasharallah, Camp Mahara 1. Salutations to all Akim around the four corners of the earth, listening to for sincerity. Today we have a lesson, Lord willing, is edifying to the hopefully elect out there, and also the men, women, and children that believe in sincerity as well, man. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump straight into it.
All right, let's start off with matter of fact, let's start off with Isaiah 34. Yeah, we're gonna play around 31 all the way to 34. Okay. So it's been like this all day, man. Spirit just moving.
34?
Yeah. Isaiah 34 and 1.
This is Isaiah chapter 34, verse 1. Come hear ye nations to hear, and hearken ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all these things that come forth of it.
Right.
For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations,
Yep.
and his fury upon all their armies.
Yep. So the Lord's indignation is upon all the world's armies. And who's ruling the world? Who's controlling the armies? These elites over there in Europe. All right. And who's controlling China's army? Xi Jinping. Who's controlling the Russian and the BRICS Confederation now? Russia and their constituents. All right. So the Lord, get that table of nations signed. That's what I wanted. All right. So we got all these nations on the earth. But the Lord is dealing with who? The children of Israel. Somebody point to Israel. All right. The children of Israel. The Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, and also the speckled bird Israelites that may look like the other nations, may be speaking like the other nations, but they actually go back to these tribes. All right, the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. So that's who the Lord is coming to save from this coming destruction. So there's a judgment coming upon this earth. But a lot of people, somebody get that second Ezra, evil shall grow upon the earth. To think themselves in a good case. Because there's a lot of evils growing on this earth, and it's really dealing with the judgment from Yahawah, Bahashim, Yahawah'S, Yahawah, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The same God that brought judgment into Egypt in 1446 BC against those Hamites, those Egyptians. It's the same one that brought judgment upon those Assyrians in 612 BC. The same one that brought judgment upon the Greeks. All right, I think it was the Persians, 330 BC. All right, and then the fall of the Greeks to the Roman Empire. So the same God that brought those judgments on this earth, the same one that judged Sodom and Gomorrah, is the same God that's about to judge this earth today. And he said, what? Brother, read that again. Come near what?
Come near, it's like you. Isaiah chapter 34, verse 1.
Yep.
Come near ye nations to hear, and hearken ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies.
See that? Now somebody get the other scripture I asked for. Go back with Shah, second Ezra. Don't lose where you at though. You got it?
Yeah. The second Ezra chapter 16, verse 21.
Right, so that's why we see all these things happening over there in Gaza. All these wars happening over there in Ukraine. Because the scripture says what? It's gonna be wars and rumors of wars. And this is leading up to the judgment of Yahawah Bashim Yahushai. All right, the Most High could have just breathed on the earth and destroyed everybody. The Lord could have rained fire down from the heavens. He showed that with Sodom and Gomorrah. But now the Lord's showing that he can control the hearts of kings and make them go to war. The same God that used these nations against us. That was his army that he brought against us when he used the Assyrians, when he used the Persians, when he used the Greeks, when he used the Hamites, those Africans. The Most High used them against us for judgment. All right, so the same one that's bringing that judgment is the same one that can protect us from the coming judgment that's here. World War III. spoken of in the King James Bible. King James was a so-called black man, all right, from the tribe of Judah. Go ahead, brother.
2nd Ezra 16 and 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth.
Right, what's victuals? Victuals is food. We do that every week, man. I like the music, but still. But it ain't that bad. But read that again. He said what? Victuals shall be so good cheap. What's that talking about? Being able to go to the store and buy at things at Publix. Being able to go to Walmart and buy everyday low prices. Being able to go to the store and buy diapers for your children. So everybody think themselves to be in good case. To go to the store in Philadelphia, everybody can go to the Chinese store, the corner store, and get some damn chicken steak, cheese steak, all this for $3, $4. So everything's cool, man. But now Trump's in office, everything's cool. You know, but go ahead, read this.
It says, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case.
See, that's what people think. They think themselves to be in good case out here, like everything's okay. But they don't know the Most High is judging every day. Every day that we got a heartbeat, every day that we're born into this earth, every day that we're still upon this earth, we're still in the realm of the Lord judging us, man. All right, go ahead.
And even then shall evils grow upon the earth.
So even then, so even though the economy is okay right now, World War III is still breaking out around the world. And Russia and all those nations are turning against America. All right, go ahead.
It says, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion.
See, sword, famine. All right, that's lack of food. All around the world, you got third world countries that don't have food, man. But why is it that here in America, the belly of the beast, we got food on the shelves when their economy is the worst right now? Why? Because sanctions, because of all the robbing, stealing, and killing that America has done around the world, all the entrapment and oppression that America has done to these countries with their military and demonocracy. That's why we're able to eat today, here, really because of the Most High. But I'm talking about, you know, he using the thief to do it. America. Go ahead.
Verse 22, it says of 2nd Ezra 16, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy.
Right, so we're hoping that the Lord protects us from that. So it's him bringing the judgment. This is his judgment. See, Psalms 91 real quick. All right, so he said what? He said the ones that make it through the famine, when there's lack of food out here, and it only take 3 days for the shelves to be empty. We see Black Friday, that's a good example. We see what happened when a hurricane kick on. The toilet paper disappeared. When they say they don't know that toilet paper was made right here in America. It don't make sense. But the toilet paper gone. All right, go ahead.
Verse 23, 2nd Ezra.
So the ones that make it through the famine, they're gonna die by the sword. What's that? Martial law, gangs. That's gonna be out here. You see all the migrants that's here. That's all set up for martial law. All hell breaking loose. All right, go ahead.
Verse 23, Verse 23, 2nd Ezra 16. It says, and the dead shall be cast out as dung.
See, just like a Hurricane Katrina. They showed you that the government don't truly care. They left all the dead out there. So what's going to happen when all hell break loose? The police and the ambulance, they're going to go home to protect their own family. They're not going to come out here to save you. Look what they did in Hawaii. They were leading them into the fire. All right, go ahead real quick.
Psalms 91 and 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
Right, so to dwell in the secret place means to dwell in this truth. That's the covering of the Lord. Yahawah'S represents that secret place. All right, being in this truth, knowing who Yahawah'S is, being covered by him. Not Yahweh, Yeshua, but Yahawah'S. That's his true name. All right, that's a secret. All right, so go ahead. He said they shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. His shadow represents your protection. So we're going to abide under his protection, his spirit. All right, not under the shadow of Trump. You get what I'm saying? Go ahead, brother.
All right, Psalms 91 and 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
Yep.
I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge, my fortress, my power. In him will I trust.
See, in him. We're not going to trust in this government. We don't trust in Kamala. We don't trust in none of them. You know, where the hell Kamala came from? Nobody even voted her in. She just popped up. They gave her to us. Just like they did with Biden. They said it was a recount. They forced everybody to vote from home, go digital. You know what I'm saying? With the whole, what they did to everybody. They tricked everybody with fear. And they ran down to the hospitals to get that. And that was a fear trick. All right? So, now, was that it? Okay, let's go back to where you were, bro.
Isaiah.
Yep.
It's Isaiah chapter 34.
See, all hell is about to break loose on the earth. And people have no idea. Just like when a child's birth, the woman has no idea until the water breaks, until she start getting contractions and it gets closer and closer. See, we're seeing it. The war is kicking up in Gaza. We're seeing our BRICS nations coming together. We're seeing them go digital. We're seeing Donald Trump talk about going digital now, moving the dollar from fiat paper currency, moving it into the digital realm. So these are all contractions. The economy falling. The Fed's raising the interest rates. All right, go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 34, verse 2. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies.
Right, so his fury is upon all their armies. So is God with Israel over there? Those Israelis? No. They think God is with them. That's why they think they can do that to all those people. See, the Lord said the revenge is his, not ours. So what are they doing going to war and destroying children and destroying everything, and Yahawah'S didn't return yet? They say he gonna get the first dibs. See, that's why he told us to fight the good fight of faith. Come out here and teach. All right, show your faith every week. You know? And through that's how we get our chance to get our kicks in and get our hits in, man. All right, but he got to get his first. He said, wait for me until I rise up to the pray. All right? Go ahead, brother.
This is Sirach, chapter 36, verse 1. Have mercy upon us, O Yahweh.
Right, we want mercy upon us because this is the Lord's judgment. Go ahead.
Power of all, and behold us. And send thy fear upon all the nations that seek not after thee.
See that? So the Lord's going to send his fear on all these nations that's not really seeking after him, man. Trump got all these plans to secure America, but he ain't involved God in none of that. You see that? Even Biden was doing the same thing. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix it. That's pride, man. Yo, Netanyahu, Bibi, over there in Israel. I'm going to destroy this country. We're going to go here. They bombing everything. But where's God in the mix? All right, go ahead.
Lift up thy hand against the strange nations and let them see thy power.
Right, that goes for China, that goes for Russia, that goes for Iran. They're going to get pulled right into Ezekiel 38, which is World War III, Armageddon. All right, it's happening right now, Armageddon, which means the gathering of troops. And that's where the Lord is going to meet them to go to war with all their military over there in what's called the Middle East. All right, go ahead.
All right, verse 5, it says, let them, like verse 4, as thou hast sanctified in us, be before them, so be thou magnified among them before us.
Yep.
And let them know thee, as we have known thee, that there is no power but only thy, O power.
Yes, so the same hell that the Lord put on us for not listening, when we didn't listen in 1446 BC in Egypt, we didn't listen to the Lord. You know, when we came out of Egypt, what happened? The Lord said what? In Deuteronomy 28, if we didn't listen, we were going to slavery. And we didn't listen. Look, and they came in and tore our land apart. They tore down the fruit trees. We had waterfalls. We had all kind of beautiful olive gardens, honey on the hills. You know, our families were together. We were tribal people. But they broke all of that up. They took our name away from the earth as well. You know, and they wanted to destroy us. Okay? Go ahead. So now the Lord saying, now we're begging to the Lord, the same thing you did to us, can you do that to them? Because we know you real. Yeah. You know, some of us do. But some of us say, some of our people say, wherein has thou loved us? Who is God? He don't exist. All right? So they're going to get destroyed with him.
Verse 6, it says, show new signs and make other strange wonders, glorify thy hand and thy right arm, right, that they may set forth thy wondrous works.
Right, yeah, so it's going to be memorialized. We're going to set forth the Lord's wondrous works that he's about to do. The same way he split the Red Sea. The same way he split the Red Sea and delivered us out of Egypt, man. The Lord is about to do that again. These devils going to come in rushing like a flood, and the Lord going to make it have no effect upon his elect. They're gonna bring in martial law and try to destroy us, man. Bring in Gurga troops, tearing apart our households. If you don't take that MOTB, which is a digital system for payment. All right? So we're gonna need the Lord, man. All right, we need him every day, but we're gonna definitely need him in these coming days, man. All right, Rob, one second.
Verse 7 says, rise up indignation and pour out wrath, take away the adversaries and destroy the enemy.
That's right, man. Yep. Go ahead. We can't destroy this. What the hell we gonna do? When they come in with this, what we gonna do? What's you gonna do? You know, you tear down one tree in the forest, there's still a whole forest. You know. So what can we? How can you really fight against that? How can you really fight against this right here? You can't fight that with a bullet. This is a spiritual battle. All right, so we need the Lord to deliver us from what's coming, man. From this system. Let me see that financial system. We can't break apart this financial system ourselves. Look at the Black Panthers. They tried. Look what happened to them. This system came together and destroyed them, and Malcolm X and such. All right? We can't fight against that unless the Lord is on our side, man. The same God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is still out there, and he exists. But his name is Yahawah. All right? Go ahead.
It says,
I got you, brother.
verse 8, it says, make the time short, remember the covenant, and let them declare thy wonderful works.
Right, so make the time short. What's that? Our time here in our judgment and slavery. We asking the Lord to speed this up for us, man, to end it quick so we can see his kingdom on this earth. So we can see Yahawah's. So we can see our brothers and sisters delivered. You know? Go ahead. He said what? What was the other part?
It says, make the time
and remember that covenant. Remember the covenant that he made to Abraham, Abraham, to make his children as the sand of the sea and to give them the promised land. Remember the promise that he gave to Isaac and Jacob. Remember the promise that he made through Yahawah's to his elect 2,000 years ago. All right, we asking the Lord to remember that in these times, man, and bring it into manifestation, not just a forethought, a prophecy, but make it happen now. Go ahead.
Verse 9, let him that escapeth be consumed by the rage of the fire, and let them perish that oppress the people. Smite asunder the heads of the rulers of the heathen that say, there is none other but we.
There you go. That's what they're doing, and they're doing it even more. They said, the scriptures say, their inward is that their houses shall continue forever. And then they're doing it even more by the financial system. They're trying to become super billionaires. That's like a whole nother level. They got copyrights to the color blue or the color black. Color blue and red. That's funny because our people kill each other over that, but still. So they got money on a whole nother level. So what happens when you got all the money and the resources and land in the world? They're gonna want power after that. Now they want to. Yep, brother. Now they want rulership over information, and the information also goes into the body as well. That's why they're trying to read biometrics. They can't go into space, so they're gonna try to go into the body. All right. Look at this real quick, and then I'm gonna wind. You got it. Right there. Interjection.
No, this just to back up what the elder is saying. This Psalms chapter 10, verse 2 says, the wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor, let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined.
Right, there you go. See? It said what? The wicked in his pride. So once they're in their rulership, once they see they got the upper hand, that's when they go in to persecute the poor. They ready to get us out of here. They tired of us. Especially after that whole the party vote for Trump.
Yeah.
And they seen how foolish our nation is. Fall for anything. Got Kamala bringing in Megan Thee Stallion and Beyonce, all these people, and everybody fell for it. They like, yeah, we gotta get rid of them, man. For the
Now she 22 million in debt.
yeah, right, man. So the wicked in their pride, they persecute the poor. But also the scriptures say the rich man's wealth is in his strong city, and the destruction of the poor shall be his poverty. All right, go ahead, brother. I'm on.
All right, this Proverbs 3:25, just touching back on the point about how these certain events that's going to come to pass, to be not afraid of them. This Proverbs 3:25, it says, be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the destination of the wicked when it cometh. So be not fearful when these different events come to pass, man. Because the scriptures talks about how the Lord Yahawah'S is going to be our confidence. All right, He's going to keep our foot from being taken. So we shouldn't be putting our fear or putting our trust in this system or in these presidents or anybody that's not Yahawah'S, man.
Right. Somebody get that? Oh, they must believe that he is. All right, go ahead, out. Finish what you were reading.
It's Isaiah chapter 34, verse 2. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies.
See, his fury is going to be upon all their armies, man. When Yahawah'S shows up, and what the so-called Caucasian man calls UFOs, unidentified, they just had a big council meeting on it the other day. The scriptures call them chariots, swing low, sweet chariots, coming forth to carry us home. All right? And then they started calling them UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomenon. Because these chariots, they doing all kind of things that these what they call it, the blue angels. They can't do it. You know, a chariot, what they call a flying saucer, it actually has angels in it. All right, but they taught us that it was little green men or little ETs. You know, since the 1930s. All right, so if you read Ezekiel chapter 1, it talks about the chariots, man. It tells you about the chariots. You can see them at night. When you're out here at nighttime, if you're looking at the stars, just make sure ain't no satellite or something just twinkling, you'll see a chariot, a star come out of the sky, come down, and then take off. Boom. So look for it when you're out here at night. Now that I said it to you, you just got to know what to look for. All right? Because the scriptures say the eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. And that's our deliverance. Go ahead.
He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter.
So the Lord has already delivered these armies to the slaughter. So if you're in the army, the military, you're going to get set up for World War III. That's a slaughter of the Most High. Where He's going to feed all the birds with their flesh. Even the birds get to eat. All right, go ahead.
Verse 3. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcass.
So what happened when you leave the bodies out for the dead? For dead. Those ravens and those vultures gonna come and eat that flesh. All right, and that's in the scriptures as well. That was it.
One more. And their mountains shall be melted with their. It's like, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood.
Right. Look, that was out there 34. Let's go to 32 now, and then we'll go to 33. And then
The one that he must believe that he is.
yeah.
Okay. It's Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him.
Right. So before you even try to deal with the Lord, it say He seeketh such to worship Him in spirit and in truth. Before you even decide to come and deal with the Lord, one, He said, "What? Keep thy foot in the house of the Lord." So wherever 2-3 men are gathered in His name, the Lord is in the midst. That's church, not no building. That's the trickery. They got to pay a 501c3 charter to the IRS to not tell you the truth. Us, we don't ask for money. We just want you to be saved. We want more to wake up. Because Revelation chapter 7, 144,000 men, all right? And the 1/3 of the men, women, and children going to wake up to the truth, and we can get the hell out of this situation. But we're going to fight them physically. We're going to lose. Because the Lord blessed Esau. That's Esau the wicked. He blessed them with the sword. He blessed them with the power of war. That's why they got police. They got what do you call it? FBI, CIA, military. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. You know, that's what they got. Us, we got what? We got attitude. That's about it. Our people just tough. That's about it. All right, we ain't even got unity. We don't even have that. All right, where was that? Somebody reading?
Got that.
So he must believe that he is. Look at Isaiah 32. Go ahead, brother.
Oh no, I had that scripture.
You want to,
I said,
John 4 and 22.
Let's get this real quick, yeah.
All right, this is John chapter 4, verse 23. Right. But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth.
There you go. So how do you worship the Father? You know, so we can't go give sacrifice in the temple anymore. Because we don't have our temple. They destroyed it in 70 AD with Titus and Vespasian, the Roman Empire. We call it the Jewish-Roman Wars. And we got scattered into Africa and around the world from there. And then from Africa, we went into slavery under those same people, the Romans, Esau. That's how we ended up here, all right? And now we got to go back home. We got a home, man. We got our own land with our name on it. All these names, we got land, bro. And we all trying to get land here, build generational wealth like Jay-Z and Diddy.
For the Father seeketh such to worship him.
The Lord is looking for more people to worship him of our nation. That's what he wants. He wants people to worship him in spirit and in truth. That's it. You don't need to bring no money. You know, show up to the altar, come as you are, leave me there, you know. You got hooting and hollering. Go ahead.
Verse 24. For Yahweh is a spirit,
See?
and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth.
So how can you worship him in a temple? You know, he don't need that. He said he dwelleth not in temples made with hands. He dwelleth within us. And then if the Lord dwells within you and the brothers, then the women, the spirit can be passed on to them as well. And then the woman finds safety in the temple. See how it go? In the house. All right, we become a shelter. All right, but that shelter got to be built by the proper carpenter. Okay, to withstand the proper storm. All right, go ahead.
This is Isaiah 32:2. A man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land.
There you go. See that? So that can be you. That can be me. And that's what we're hoping for. And the Lord said, what? If you don't work, you don't eat. So that's why we come out here every week and we follow in Yahawah'S footsteps. The footsteps that were laid in the sand before us. And we follow behind their footsteps and we're hoping to get that reward. The reward of what? Salvation. The reward of protection. The reward of remembrance. The reward of deliverance and salvation, man. Being exalted to become kings and princes again. And have our daughters and women be princesses. You know? Go ahead, brother. My bad, man. I get hyped thinking about it, man.
This is Isaiah 13:12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold.
Right, so what's that? Precious than fine gold. That means hard to find. See, right now we out in the open teaching people, but it's going to be hard to find in that day. We're not going to be on the internet. We're not going to be just out here in the open because all hell going to be breaking loose. So in that day, when we with our families or with our loved ones, we're going to be precious then. But right now, people walk by and forget them. Look at y'all in your little garments. You know, they got your little Bibles. What you going to do with that? What you going to do, Jake? All right, go ahead. That was it?
Yeah.
All right, somebody got something?
You want Isaiah 32, do you?
Yeah.
32:1.
Okay, go ahead. Anything you want to get to?
It's Isaiah chapter 32, verse 1. Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind,
Right.
and a covert from the tempest.
Yeah. Where was that?
Isaiah chapter 32,
Verse 1?
verse 1.
Yeah, go ahead. Read
And
that
the
again?
covert, I'm starting back at the top.
Yep.
Verse 1, behold, a king shall reign in righteousness.
Right, a king. That king is talking about Yahawah's. He's going to reign someday in righteousness on this earth. It ain't going to be no more votes. You know, no more voting for a president, which is another term for a king. It ain't going to be all these nations starting whatever they want, like Russia and all them. See, what they think is that China's going to be the new America. They're going to rule in the digital realm of currency, of economics. All right? But really, and they think Russia's going to rule militarily. But really, we're about to rule. Go ahead, brother. Interjection, go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given.
Right, the Lord wasn't born for the whole world. He was born for us. We got something that belonged to us. He wasn't born John 3:16. He saved the whole world. What do they need saving from? What do these devils? They the ones running the world.
Right.
What they need saving from?
A Christian will say themselves.
From themselves. No. Salvation is not just being saved from sin. You know, that's the covenant. To put the laws in our inward part to make us righteous. But to be delivered and saved is to be saved from judgment, saved from poverty or oppression, slavery. And we haven't been saved from that yet. We in a different form of slavery now. We got birth certificate, digital. You know, it's called fractional reserve currency, dealing with social sweat equity slaves. So every day we go to work, they get paid. Or we gotta go to their schools. That's slavery. All right, go ahead.
All right, Isaiah 96 says, "For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder,
Right.
and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty Power, the Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace.
Right.
Of the increase of his government and peace, there shall be no end."
Right. So it's gonna start off with just 144,000 and a small multitude, but it's gonna end up being all his government is gonna wind up reigning all over the earth. So it's gonna expand. All right. Yahawah's government starts here, but it's just like light. It starts from a small point, but then it resonates out to a wide scale. All right, go ahead. That was it. Go ahead, brother.
Isaiah chapter 32, verse 1. Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land.
Right. So now somebody get let's go to where was that? Isaiah 31.
Chapter 1.
Yep.
Isaiah chapter 31, verse 1.
Yep.
Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help.
Right. So woe, destruction to those that trust in this system that's purposely made to twist them. So when these devils press that fear button, our people run straight to them and trust them, man. Just like when they had the lockdowns. We know about Yuval Noah. We know about Klaus Schwab. We know about Bill Gates pushing their demonic system, man. Digital system that they're pushing. All right? Trying to go into the biometrics of the body. It's all about information now. So now, go ahead. He said, what? Woe to them that go down to Egypt for the help, man. And Egypt today represents America. Go ahead, spiritual. Go ahead, brother.
All right, this is Jeremiah 17:5. It says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from the Lord."
Right, so, yep. Cursed be the man that trusteth in another man. All right? But he said what? That make it flesh his spiritual protection, his strength. See that? We supposed to trust in Yahawah. Remember he said he's a spirit. And those that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. So they'll see Trump up there thinking we supposed to trust him. They'll see Jay-Z, he call himself Jehovah, they think we trust him. They'll see Diddy runs the city, we supposed to trust him. Can't trust him. Right? Go ahead. Right, anybody show up and try to give us a gift or a smile, now we're supposed to trust them. No. We don't trust these devils, man. Go ahead. We trust the Lord and what he said.
Isaiah chapter 31, verse 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses, and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in the horsemen, because they are very strong.
There you go. See that? You can be basically trusting in the oven, and you about to go into it. Trusting in the government, man, just because it's there. We in the desert. This is a desert, man. This is a mirage. This is a matrix that they built. You know? It's basically a dungeon, a trap for the sheep of the Lord, man. And our people are like sheep that are led to that damn slaughter. They're going to run right into the damn trap. And they're going to use fear or they're going to use bait to get you there. Either one, something chasing you or something pulling you. You done with that?
No. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord.
Yeah, they want to do all of that, but they don't want to listen to us and just say, hey, seek the Lord. All right, seek the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They're going to be like, where is he at? Well, he's out there on the throne. We ain't going to do you like church and just say he's in here. No, he's out there. He left. All right? In 37 AD, he left this earth, Yahawah. 37 AD. All right, he went up to the Father in a so-called chariot, so-called UFO, man, unidentified flying object. All right, these are actually the chariots of the Most High, swing low, sweet chariot. And he says, what? They're gonna bring that king back to us someday. That's our treasure. That's our bank deposit. Yahawah is sitting on the right hand of the Father. They can't touch him. They can't put him on the cross again. And he's a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah. He got white and woolly hair, white and woolly beard and hair. And he about 10 foot tall. His name Yahawah. He got red eyes and he pissed off. For real. All right, go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 6.
Yep.
My people have been lost sheep. The shepherds have caused them to go astray.
Right.
They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from mountain to hill.
Yep. Our people have been lost sheep. Baba Kushak, can you pass me that, please? Our people have been lost sheep, man. Trusting everybody. Broke away from the shepherd. Now they're running up all over the mountains, snuffing up all the wind, eating anything they want, getting controlled by other nations, other shepherds. You know, go ahead.
They have forgotten their resting place.
They have forgotten their resting place, man. All right, and what is that? What's that? Hosea 5:1. Oxen off his own. Right, they have forgotten their resting place. All right, and what's our resting place? Yahawah'S, Yahawah. That's where we find our rest. All right. You got it? Somebody got it?
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 1 and verse 3. It says, the ox knoweth its owner,
Right. The ox knoweth his owner.
and the ass his master's crib.
Right. These are two of the allegedly dumbest animals, but the top animals used for cattle. All right, go ahead.
But Israel doeth not know, my people doeth not consider.
Right. So the ox know who his owner is, man. But we don't know our people don't know who Yahawah'S is. And he said what? And the ass knows it where his master's crib is, where the home is at. But our people have forgotten our home, our resting place. All right, go ahead.
Verse 4, a sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers.
Right. If they don't love the Lord, they most likely a seed of evildoers, man. All right. And that's why they said what? They won't come to the light unless their deeds be reproved. They don't want to change. They're going to be rebuked. Go ahead.
Children that are corrupters, they have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are going away backwards.
See that? They've gone away backwards. That's backsliding. They ain't come forward to the Lord. Hey, bless you, man. On YouTube, you'll see us on there. Yep. Y'all probably be on there too. All right, shalom, shalom. Hey, and when you ready, brother, be here. All right, shalom. All right, now where we was at? Who we reading?
Isaiah chapter 1, that's probably it though.
All right, let's go to Isaiah 31 now. Somebody can get
31 and 1.
Yeah.
It's Isaiah chapter 31 and 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong.
Yeah, Isaiah 30.
Isaiah 30.
This is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1. It says, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord Yahweh.
See, they don't want to listen. They being rebellious. And we telling them don't go that way, and they still gonna trust in this system, man, when that time comes.
It says that take counsel.
Right. Getting food stamps, that's not trusting the system. That's taking advantage of the system. No. Go ahead.
It says that take counsel, but not of me. And that cover with their covering, but not of my spirit,
See that? Yeah, go ahead.
that they may add sin to sin.
Right? So, yeah, we already born not knowing who the hell we are in this society. Right? But then they get older, and what do? They add more wickedness on top of wickedness. They become Muslims, they become Christians, they become gangsters, they become atheists, they become Americans, sodomites, Democrats, Republicans. Just add more and more abominable coverings onto themselves. Q dogs. Yeah, these fraternities they call them?
Yeah, Greeks.
Yep. All right, go ahead.
Verse 2, it says, that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth.
See that? They don't trust that the Most High can deliver them or even increase you in this society, man. The Lord can give you blessings in this society as well. You know, he'll give you the wisdom and the understanding to be able to do those applications, to be able to have endurance, to know that when you go into work, you're working for him and not just for these devils. You know what I mean? You're working for the Lord over here, man. So that'll help you get through your day. You know, going home, reading, thinking about the kingdom.
And he'll also give you the mindset to where, like, no matter what kind of good job you have, good or bad, it's a mindset knowing that that's not going to save you. It's just to preserve you until he come and give us deliverance, man.
That's right. Yeah. That's right, man. All right. Or even when you're going through trials and tribulations, the Lord will help you build your character. And that character building process will strip away everything from you just to take you and place you into a better situation that he prepared you for, all right, through those trials. All right. So let's somebody hold anything?
This is what open.
Okay. Let me go back to Isaiah 31 after these two.
This is Psalms. This is Psalms chapter 20, verse 7. It says, some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we will remember the name of our Lord Yahawah'S. Hey, as 2/3, as the brother was just speaking on the elder, man, hey, you got 2/3 of our people. They'll trust in Esau's infrastructure for help, but they won't look to the Holy One for deliverance, man. You know, they'll put all the trust in Esau's infrastructure, hey, just not only as in far as money, but also defense too as well, man. And this is the ultimate defense that we have, man. As scripture say, the name of the Lord is a strong tower, the righteous runneth into it and is safe. So in our time of trouble, our time of calamity, we're not going to call on Esau. We're going to call upon the name of the Lord, Yahawah. You know, I'm not speaking on, you know, like your everyday trouble, like, damn, somebody broke into your house. Hey, yeah, call Esau, man. But, hey, when it all goes down, man, hey, when the shit hit the fan, you got, hey, those Gerber troops. Oh, I got to post them, man. These Gerber troops out here, man, and all hell breaking loose, call upon the Lord, man. That's who's going to deliver us, man. The Lord is on my side. Whom shall I fear? Nobody. Why? Because it's the Lord, Yahawah, that killeth and maketh alive. He's the one that wounds and heals, you know?
All right. Appreciate it. All right. Go ahead, bro. This is Daniel chapter 3. Daniel chapter 3, verse 10. It says, "Thou, O king, hast made a decree that every man that shall hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music shall fall down and worship the golden image." So ultimately going on Esau's fear tactics. 2/3 of people want to fear Esau rather than Yahawah.
And that's going into with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, which Hananiah, Azariah, and Mishael. Because what he did, Nebuchadnezzar put out a decree, when you hear the music playing, you got to bow down to the statue. All right. So now, what is Esau going to do with the Revelation 13 and 16? He's going to make a decree. When you hear that music playing, it's time to line up and go get the Revelation 13 and 16, which is the Microsia. All right. And all those that don't, they're going to be faced with a situation like Hananiah, Azariah, and Mishael were faced with. It's going to be that intense where it's going to be similar being thrown in a fiery furnace, man.
Right. Man, somebody grab Isaiah 31 and 5. Somebody have a precept there.
This is Isaiah chapter 31.
1 second, brother. My bad. You got a precept.
This is Psalms chapter 69, verse 22. Let their table become a snare before them, and that which should have been for their welfare, let it become a trap. So the tables that the 2/3 of our people sitting at, whether it be politics, educational, job, whatever, they choose not to sit at the Lord's table. So instead of the Lord being a helper to them, it's going to become their hurt. It's their spiritual hurt right now, but when the Lord starts bringing judgment on this place, it's going to be physical hurt. They're going to be feeling the wrath, the indignation of the Lord, because they chose these things of the world, not the spiritual things of the Lord.
Right. Good point, bro. That's a great point. Isaiah 31:5.
This is Isaiah chapter 31, verse 5. It says, "As birds flying, so will the Lord Yahawah of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending also he will deliver it."
Right. That's what they call so-called UFOs, man. A lot of people don't believe in it, but they believe in Trump. Yeah, but yeah, man, look, they put it in movies, man. All right. They try to change the image of the angels. The angels look just like us, but they don't deal with the flesh. All right, we're not in the flesh. They're not in the flesh. They're made of spirit. But those angels are controlling these chariots. All right, what they call UFOs, and that's going to be our deliverance out of here. So we should be looking for that. The chariots are the most major part of the prophecy. Just like in Egypt, it was a fire by day. A cloud by day and a fire by night. Major part of the prophecies, man, of deliverance. Okay. Let's get Psalms 121. Let's go there. This is a prayer of King David.
Psalms 121.
Yeah, we're gonna go over to 8. Any precepts though, y'all can cut in.
Psalms 121 and 1. It says, "Well, this will lift up." It says, "I will lift up my eyes unto the hills."
Right. So we're gonna lift up our eyes to the hills. And at this time, what King David was talking about, he was making a parabolic sense of looking up to the mountains. And that's what our people would do when we would look for the Lord. Just like in Mount Sinai, that was considered a mountain of God. So we would look to the mountains, and looking up, that would be a sense of looking for help. But a lot of people, they look down to the earth for help. All right? But us, we're going to be like King David. We're going to look up to where our help come from. Read that again, brother.
It says, "I will lift up my eyes unto the hills."
Unto the hills, man. The hills of Jerusalem at that time. All right, and also Mount Sinai, and looking up for help, not down to the earth. Go ahead.
It says, from whence cometh my help?
See, our help comes from where?
My help coming from the Lord, Yahawah.
Right. His name is not Yahawah by Hashem Yahushai, but his name is Yahweh. So our help comes from Yahweh. But Yahweh is accepting us in the name of Yahushai. Go ahead, brother.
It says, which made heaven and earth.
Right. So he the one that made the heavens and the earth and the people that are within it. Go ahead.
It says he will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
Right. He won't allow your foot to be moved if he's for you. If the Lord be for you, who can be against you? All right. He said he's gonna make you a pillar in this truth. So you gotta have faith. Jeremiah 1:5. Somebody get that real quick. Let's get that real fast. 1:5.
This is Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee.
So you got to trust that. Before the Lord even formed you in this physical flesh, and you walking around on this earth, the Most High knew your spirit. He knew you. Go ahead.
And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations.
Right. So this is not something that's going to happen. It got to be something that you were born to do. All right. You got to play out your part in the story, your part in the matrix. It got to be destined for you to be a prophet, because the prophets are destined to get delivered from what's coming. All right, go ahead. So he said what?
It says, before I formed thee in the belly, Jeremiah 1:5, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations.
See that? Go ahead, keep going. Hey,
First-
what did he say? He said what? Tell all the nations to come near and hear that the Lord has indignation upon them and their armies. And he said what? We're going to get that in a minute too. Blow you the trumpet in Zion. All right, go ahead, bro.
Verse 6, Jeremiah 1. Then said I, Lord, Yahweh Yahushai, behold, I cannot speak, for I am a child.
Right, so some people won't get into this truth, or they won't step up to the plate because they feel like they're not ready. Or they feel like the Lord ain't going to deal with them the same way. You know, or they feel like they'll get into this, this situation or this truth or this work, and then they may fall away. They may feel like they don't have the stamina to continue, like Mike Tyson.
Verse 7, Jeremiah 1.
That's my $5 there.
But the Lord said unto me, say not, I am a child.
Right, don't say you're just a child. You too young. You too young. You know you're not ready. Go ahead.
For thou shalt go to all that I shall send thee.
Right. See that? So that's why we're here today in Jacksonville. We go wherever the Lord sends us, and speak this word to our people, or to the camera, to whoever. He say what? Go out and teach to the winds, and the Lord will blow somebody past it. That was it.
And whatsoever I command thee, thou shalt speak.
Right. So that's why we say, "Thus saith the Lord." All right. And even you got Sakari out there disrespecting Paul, saying Paul was not saying, "Thus saith the Lord." Well, Paul was saying, "As it is written," and as it was written, those people said, "Thus saith the Lord." So, either way, Paul was saying, "Thus saith the Lord," just like we're doing today. And that's why what we teach may offend some people, because the Most High is offensive to His creation, man. He's here. He's there to afflict His people, like you have afflict the tree, to chastise. Thank you. That helps growth. That helps grooming. That helps us fear the Creator, man. All right, and gives us warning. You warn somebody of their wickedness, and they get mad at you. They really mad at God. You see that? All right, go ahead. Somebody reading down here.
Going back at Psalms.
Yeah.
Back at Psalms 121:4. It says, behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor
3.
sleep.
You gotta go to 3.
Oh, so like in verse 3.
Yeah, nice power, bro.
It says he will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
Right, so we know that the Lord will not suffer our foot to be moved. When? In battle, in war, when they come for us, when all hell is about to break loose. When you sleep, you know that the Lord is not slumbering. He's up watching over you. Even if we die, which is a form of sleep, we know that the Lord is with us. Just like Stephen did. Some say Stephen, but Stephen. When he died, he said, yo, Yahweh, into your hands I place my soul. All right? So whatever, however it goes, we know that the Most High neither slumbers nor sleeps and watching over it. Interjection?
This is Psalms chapter 91 and verse 9. Because thou hast made the Lord Yahweh, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone.
Right, so they're gonna keep you in all your ways. Meaning what? Our ways representing the time of Jacob's trouble. So when all hell is breaking loose on our people here, there's gonna be no food on the shelves. They're gonna have martial law on the streets. There's gonna be a lot of death, a lot of fires, a lot of rioting, martial law troops, especially when the dollar crashes, man. All right, and then when they switch over to that digital system and they try to force you to get it, and you reject it, there's gonna be a penalty for that. So what did the Lord say? Read that again. That last part. He said he shall keep you in all your ways.
Oh, yeah, it says.
And then he's going to lead you all the way up to the point of being saved and taken up into these chariots. Yep. And you're going to have faith that you won't fall and dash your foot against a stone and fall on the earth. All right. So we're going to trust in the angels to come deliver. Swing low, sweet chariots. All right, coming forth to carry us home. Interjection.
This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 27. For as the lightning cometh out of the east and shine even to the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For wheresoever the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered together.
Right.
So basically, wherever that the eagles are going to be the chariots and the angels coming through, gathering the elect, as all the destruction is going on in this place. And it's going to be swift like the eagle, man. That's how the Lord's going to be swiftly. And he said, as he protects, also he shall gather.
Right. He said in the east.
In the east.
That's why they keep bringing it up, the Middle East. What they call it Middle East, but it's really the East, man.
Right.
All right, shine from the east to the west. So this deliverance is going to be all over the world. All right, go ahead, brother.
It's the book of Job, chapter 5 and verse 19. It says, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles.
Right, the 6 troubles, man. All right, that goes into the dollar crashing. All right, when there's no food out here, go ahead.
Yeah, in the 7th, there shall no evil touch thee.
Yep. Go ahead, you want to speak on it?
So basically, the 6 troubles, when the dollar crashed, all our hell breaking loose in America, 365 million, 500 million people, however many people here going crazy at one time. The Lord gonna deliver us out of diverse situations.
Yep.
And then in the 7th, ultimately, when those 200 million thermonuclear missiles start shooting off to hit this place, the Lord is gonna deliver us by way of chariot to where we're not gonna be touched by that fire that's coming towards this place.
There you go. All right, they're going to keep you in all your ways up to that point. All right, he said that's when it should be known who are my chosen. I got both of y'all. Let's go here. And then we'll go back over there.
This is just to back up the brother Barak. This is Psalms 58 and 9. It says, before your pots can fill the thorns.
Right, so before your ass can feel that flame.
He shall take them away as with a whirlwind, both living and in his wrath.
Right, so he's going to change you in the twinkling of an eye, man. He's going to take this weak flesh away and give you a better flesh, man. A flesh that's from the heavens. All right? He's going to take it both away in the midst of his wrath, yo. Changing us. Immortal. Never dying again. Bringing us to him, and then he's going to make us perfect. Putting his laws in our inward part. All right, you got to have faith to believe that. You got to have understanding to even understand that. Go ahead, brother.
This is Psalms chapter 118, starting at verse 5, going back to the point when Esau, when all hell breaks loose, the dollar collapse, so forth and so forth, and they want to integrate the people into a new system, man. This is Psalms 118 and 5. It says, I called upon the Lord, Yahawah'S, in distress. The Lord answered me and set me in a large place. And also, too, man, hey, the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe, man. So, therefore, we call upon the name of the Lord, all right? It says, the Lord, Yahawah'S, is on my side. I will not fear. What can man do unto me? The Lord, Yahawah'S, taketh my part with them. Suck it. The Lord Yahawah shall take of my part with them that help me. Therefore shall I see my desire upon them that hate me. It is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in man.
That's everything we're talking about. Go ahead.
It is better to trust in the Lord Yahawah to put confidence in princes.
Right, and joining these damn gangs, or joining the police department, or the military, or becoming a Democrat or Republican, trusting a certain party, right? Or joining these churches and trusting your pastor. The Lord said, trust him, man. All right, go ahead. And what he said in these scriptures, he said he's gonna set up men that's gonna be teaching on the streets and follow their voice. They're gonna lead you to him. Go ahead.
Verse 10. All nations compass me about, but in the name of the Lord Yahawah will I destroy them.
Right, they're compassing us about, man. All right, go ahead.
Verse 11. They compass me about, yea, they compass me about, but in the name of the Lord I will destroy them.
All right, so imagine that. All these armies. You see Russia, you see America. You see these martial law troops. But you look at them and you look in the same spirit of King David looking at Goliath. And you say, you got all those weapons with you and that strength with you. And there's stories of war. Well, I got Yahawah with me. And there's a little stone. And that stone today represents Yahawah. All right, and that's what's going. That stone is going to take down their whole kingdom, their whole statue, right there. All right, that's the new Goliath today. All right, right at the feet. Where we at?
I got 2 more. Verse 12, Psalms 118. They compass me about like bees. They are quenched as fire of thorns. For in the name of the Lord I will destroy them. Thou hast thrust sore at me that I might fall, but the Lord help me. The Lord is my strength and song, and is become my salvation.
Yeah, he's speaking.
Hey, come on, man. So though y'all do come down with that great wrath, we may stumble. It may look like we stumble, man. But hey, guess what? It's still the Lord Yahawah that has our back. Therefore we're able to get up if we do stumble and trip down and fall, man. As you coming down with that great wrath. Why? Because we're going to revert back to the scriptures, lean towards the Lord Yahawah and go down the path that he paved, man. We're not going to fall subject to Esau, you know, and fall victim to that. So we're going to constantly put our trust in the Lord, man. We don't have to put our trust in man. Why? Because hey, we don't worry about what we should eat or what we should drink or what we should wear, man. Why? Because we know that all that is provided by the Lord Yahawah himself, and also with the salvation too as well, man. So therefore we're going to stand on the foundation of the righteousness of the Lord, you know.
Right.
This is 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 19. Nevertheless, the foundation of God standeth sure, having the seal, and the Lord knoweth them that are his.
Right. The Lord knows them that are his, man. Right, go. You got a point?
God, on the foundation of the Lord standeth sure. So if you're not with Yahawah, you standing on any other foundation, that's going to crumble when he sees that destroying wind. Versus if you on the foundation of Yahawah, you're going to be able to stand bold. Even if you do trip up, the Lord ain't going to let you fall. Versus the two-thirds of our people that already failed and they can't get up and ain't no life and learn out here to save them.
Right. All right, keep going, Mohan.
This is back at Psalms 121, going back to verse 3. It says, he will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. It says, behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. It says, the Lord is thy keeper. Yahawah is thy keeper. The Lord, it says, the Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. It says, the sun shall not smite thee by day, nor by moon by night.
Right. So that was very important in the ancient times, during the time of King David, when people would travel, you know, and that's what this chapter is really talking about. People that were traveling, taking their pilgrimage to Jerusalem, or even every year during the Passover they would take a pilgrimage. And he was saying, yo, before I get on my journey or anywhere on my journey in life, I'm gonna look to the hills from which cometh my help. All right, and read that part again.
Verse 4, like in verse 6, it says, the sun shall not smite thee by day,
Right, so while they're traveling, go ahead, come on, brother.
nor the noon by night.
Nor the moon by night. So when they were traveling, they would have to worry about the sun cooking them and giving them strokes. Or at nighttime, the cold or nocturnal dangers, animals or threats of thieves at night. So he was saying that he knew that the Lord was going to protect him day and night. Just like us, we know that the Lord is going to protect us day and night in the midst of all these troubles. Go ahead.
Verse 7 says, the Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
Right, so we're praying that the Lord preserves us and keeps us until the end. But we could die any day, man. Tomorrow's not promised except for to the elect. Go ahead.
It says, he shall preserve thy soul.
Right, so he can preserve your soul. He's going to preserve you as the character that you are, man. You don't have to die and come back as a child reincarnated on this earth, which is death. Go ahead.
It says, the Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in.
See that? So they were traveling. All right, so that represents a journey. So anywhere we're at, out here, out in the world, and are coming in back to our land, the Lord gonna bless that. You see that? So now, somebody grab Isaiah 41:14.
This is Isaiah chapter 41, verse 14. It says, fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel. I will help thee, saith the Lord Yahweh, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel.
Right, that's right. Sirach 4:28. 27, let's start from there.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 4, in verse 27. It says, make not thyself an underling to a foolish man, neither accept the person of the mighty.
There you go. So we don't care how rich they are, how strong they are, or how politically powerful they are, like Trump. All right, we don't make ourselves underlings to any foolish man. All right, go ahead.
Verse 28, strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee.
See that? So he said, what? Fear not, thou worm Jacob. The Lord shall help thee. He promised us that. He's going to help us in these last days. All right? We're like a worm. A worm is what? Helpless. It's a prey. So all these nations have preyed upon us, man. All right, go ahead. That was it? Oh, that was it. He said, strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for you. So is the Lord going to fight for 2/3 of our people? Hell no. The ones he's talking about helping and fighting for are those that strive for the truth, that strive for the kingdom, that strive for righteousness, that striving, seeking for Yahawah'S. Right? Look at 2 Ezra 13 and 25.
This is 2 Ezra, chapter 13, verse 25.
All the way to 50. Alright. You can switch it up though, have some else.
It says, this is the meaning of the vision, whereas thou sawest a man coming up from the midst of the sea.
Right, so this is the vision. This is the vision that was given to Ezra, right, the prophet. Go ahead.
It says, the same is he whom Yahweh the highest hath kept a great season, which by his own self shall deliver his creature, and he shall order them that are left. He shall order them that are left behind.
Right. So I gotta read that. Can you read that from verse 1?
Verse 1?
Yeah, real quick. We're gonna bounce around. So if you want to pass it to school,
Okay.
I gotta bounce around. Keep going. Go ahead.
This verse 1. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea that it moved all the waves thereof.
Right. So some, we'll teach that it's talking about a chariot came out the sky, the Shemayim, and started, moving the waves in the waters. Right. Keep going. All right.
Verse 3, it says, I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven, And when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him.
Right. You can skip back to where we were now.
All right.
So he basically the angel is breaking down the dream that Ezra had, where he saw the man Yahawah'S showing up on this earth, man, fighting for us, flying up on top of a chariot that's the size of a mountain in the sky. And where it says he came out of the water, that's a parable. And what it also represents is that as deep as the ocean is, that man that came out of the water, it's saying that's how deep away Yahawah's is hidden. So you can't see what's at the bottom of the ocean. Same way we can't see Yahawah's. That's what it's really saying, right? So that's what it represents. As deep as the ocean is, that man is going to come from nowhere. All right, go ahead. And he's hidden.
This is 2 Ezra 13 and 26. This the same as he whom Yahawah, the highest, kept at great season.
Right, see that kept away. He was kept and hidden. The same way we can't see what's at the bottom of the ocean. Go ahead.
Which by his own self shall deliver his creature.
Right. So he's the one that's going to deliver the creature, deliver the world, and bring righteousness to this earth. Go ahead.
And he shall order them that are left behind.
And he's going to order the ones that left behind means to make it through or still surviving. All right. So the ones that survive this coming destruction are going to be the elect, and they're the ones that's going to be exalted and given orders to take over the world. Go ahead.
Verse 27. And whereas thou sawest that out of his mouth there came as a blast of wind and fire and storm, and that he beheld neither sword nor any instrument of war,
Yep.
but that the rushing end of him destroyed the whole multitude that came to subdue him.
Right. Just like War of the Worlds, or what was that movie called? Independence Day. Remember that? All right. So it's just like that, man. Go ahead.
It says, this is the interpretation. Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth.
Right, that day is coming. That day is coming, man. You can see World War III at the door. You know? Go ahead.
And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth.
And what's astonishment? It means a surprise. Extreme surprise. Catch everybody off guard. He said, what? Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5. So far beyond all that they're looking for. They're going to get caught off guard, man.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon,
It's called being caught with your ass out.
chapter 5, and verse 2.
Yep.
When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
Yeah, so some people don't believe. They got to see it before they believe. They don't believe the words, just like people, parents, and their child get their ass whooped because they don't believe what their father said. And then they get disciplined and judged by the father. Us, we those children that listen to what the hell he's saying.
Right? We believe fat meat greasy.
We don't, yeah, that's right.
That old saying.
Yeah, we believe fire hurts. Right? We good.
It says, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation so far beyond all that they look for.
So it's going to be amazing to these people because it's going to be so far beyond all that they're looking for. They're not looking for a so-called black man coming up the sky. They're not looking for chariots to come and deliver us. They're looking for little green aliens to be in chariots and UFOs. They're looking for that. They think they got more sanity. These Egyptians are looking for African gods to come down bald-headed. Like what they call what kind of African are you? Go ahead.
Verse 3, as they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometime at derision.
Right, they ain't gonna say it to us, but they're gonna say it within themselves. They're gonna say, damn, that was one of them brothers that I was looking at him like he was crazy. But he was right. And they were right. You see that? And they're gonna say that within themselves because nobody's gonna be around to hear it. They're gonna be getting judged. And then that's when they're gonna say it. That's gonna be between them and God. Just like even right now, it's between them and God, and they don't know it. All right, go ahead.
And a proverb of reproach.
And a proverb of reproach. They always were blaming us. When they never wanted to blame them devils. They never wanted to blame these people in these churches. They never want to blame Trump and all this government rulership, all these entertainers, but they want to blame us. You know, they call us terrorists. They call us a hate group. People walk by and mock us, but they don't mock the police department for killing our people in the streets. They don't mock the Caucasian race for what they did to us in slavery. Go ahead, brother. They don't mock these gangsters on these streets. They don't walk up to these gang corners and just mock them for selling drugs. Why? Because they know what'll happen. Go ahead.
Verse 4, we fools accounted his life madness.
Right, they fools for that. And that's why they account our lifestyle madness. Go ahead.
And his end to be without honor.
Right, they really don't want us to be honored. They don't want to see us exalted, man. That's why you can't trust nobody that's not in this truth. They're trying to keep you from your salvation. They don't want to see you exalted, because what does that mean? That means they got to live with the fact that they never stepped up to the plate. That they never heard the call. They never heeded to the call. All right, but what does that deal with? That goes into the word confounded. All right, go ahead.
Verse 5, how is he numbered among the children of Yahweh God, and his lot is among the saints?
They're going to say, yo, how did he do that? What did he do? He ain't had no money. Nobody knew him. He wasn't famous. Huh?
He had no master degree.
He ain't got no master's degree. There you go, there you go. Yeah, he wasn't no pastor. He ain't got no church.
501c.
How is he a child of God? All right, that was it, brother. What? Where was that? Somebody read?
Second Indignation.
Second episode 13. Let's real quick, and then go right back to that. Right, y'all can got it.
This is Exodus chapter 4, verse 8. And it shall come to pass, if they will not believe thee, neither hearken to the voice of the first sign, that they will believe the voice of the latter sign. So the Lord has us on the highways and byways prophesying, giving the people warning for us to come to this place. As the Lord told Moses to go tell Pharaoh of the plagues that was coming to Egypt. Our people don't want to hear the plagues coming to this place. They want to hear smooth and sweet things. But when these plagues come, the judgment of Yahawah'S shall hit this place. They're going to believe in the Lord then. Then it's going to be too late. Because the Lord have bound the hammer. There's judgment befalling this place. It's going to be too late for repentance.
That's right, man. All right, let's go back to this real quick, and then it's going to lead us right back into that Psalm 91 vibe. Hopefully.
This is Second Ezra, chapter 13.
I did it for the camera, so he went because he's gonna like stop a lot, so Yahawah'S won't have to keep doing that.
Hey, this is Second Ezra 13 and 30. And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth.
Right, so Yahawah'S is going to come to the astonishment. Revelation 7 and 1? No, 1 and 7? All right, so astonishment means great surprise, yo.
It's Revelation chapter 1, verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him.
Right, so Yahawah's is going to come with those clouds. Right? And every eye is going to see him. You know? So Yahawah's is going to show up with the holy angels. Somebody get that Revelation, I think 19 or 18, where it said the angels in the white, wearing all white horses. I think it's 18 or 19, I can't remember. But I think it's Charmaine has it. All right, read. Who read?
Slow.
Yeah, keep reading. Whoever read.
Second Ezra.
No, Revelation 1.
Revelation chapter 1, verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him.
Everybody gonna see him, so they're gonna have to deal with it. Go ahead.
And they also which pierced him.
So even the 2/3 that had taken part in Yahawah's death in 37 AD, that helped to crucify him, and these Romans, they're back here on this earth again. That took part in Yahawah's crucifixion. So they're all back here in reincarnation, walking around in this earth, and they don't know they're about to get judged by the Lord. Go ahead.
And all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so are mine.
So, yep, so go ahead. Revelation, somebody got it?
I got it. I think this is Revelation 19 and 14.
I think so.
This is Revelation chapter 19 and verse 14. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of the Almighty God. Yahweh.
That's right, man. So those same armies, those armies that were out in the 4th dimension, they're going to come into this dimension, the 3rd dimension. and go to war with Esau's army. We'll get that, Revelation 12. All right, because, yep, 1 second. They just had a conference a couple days ago about the UAPs, the UFOs. And they're trying to bring it out from being secret. You know? Because they said all these UFOs are popping up around all the nuclear sites, popping up around the military infrastructure. And they saying, yo, if you got information of these chariots, these UFOs that they call them, why are you not showing it to the government, other parts of the government, and to the community, which would alert them so they can protect the military bases allegedly. So they're trying to bring it out about the chariots, man. They're keeping it secret. But go ahead.
Revelation 12 and 7. And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels.
Right, read that again.
Revelation 12 and 7. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon.
Right, so what are they preparing for? Star Wars. What are they building out there? Space military. Especially now that Trump back in office. He wasn't done with that. He the one that established it. You know, Space Force. Yep. And then Mike Pence, which was the vice president back then, he said space is now a domain for war. And then you got China. Somebody said something about China.
Yeah, China.
Satellite?
Yeah, they got a satellite where they had built their own satellite and it dismantled one of the US satellites. And they also showed a depiction of that in the showed Space Force too as well.
Right, and they got lasers. You know, you see Bibi, Netanyahu over there in Israel, they moving towards lasers as their defense system now. All right?
And there's only in the Space Force, there's only thousands of individuals, whereas in the other parts of the military, there's hundreds of thousands. Showing you that this one's not going to be based off manpower. They're trying to fight it using technology.
Technology.
Yeah, they have the American military has something called the Next Generation Air Dominance, where they're working on a flight craft that can operate in the Shemayim, do maneuvers in the Shemayim.
Yeah, and they're trying. Good, no, good.
Oh, and that can also go to repair a satellite if need be, if one gets destroyed by China or Russia.
Yeah, and they're trying to use the Navy to run it.
Gone.
You know, why? Because the Navy deals with the waters.
Right.
It deals with maritime law. All right. All right, where we at? Yeah, interjection. Go ahead.
This is Psalms chapter 68, verse 17. The chariots of Yahawah are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord Yahawah is among them as in Sinai in the holy place. So that's what's showing up. What did Yahawah say? Say, think not that I can call unto my Father, and he sent down here legions of angels. He said, but it wasn't his time. It wasn't his time to fight yet. He had to make that ultimate sacrifice so he can come back and fight. He's around here. He's sitting in the heavens right now next to the Father, licking his chops, ready to come down here and destroy some shit.
That's right. That's right, man. All right, somebody reading
Second Ezra.
Yeah, second Ezra. Right.
Second Ezra 13.
Yeah.
The second Ezra 13, verse 31. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another.
Right, man. See that? One realm against another.
Verse 31.
Yep, they gonna come to the astonishment. That's what we went there. Okay. And he said what? And one realm against another. So those angels gonna be fighting against the rulers of darkness in this world. And fighting against these damn demons and technology from the left-hand side. All right, one realm against another is gonna be war in heaven, and we're part of the ground troops fighting that battle right now spiritually. All right, so the battle was already on. He said we are his battle axe and weapons of war.
And Kim Jong-un just recently tested suicide drones, right? And after he tested the suicide drone, he was so satisfied with the test, he put out an order to do a mass production of those suicide drones. So those and they don't have to be operated by man; they can be operated by remote control. So that's just showing you what type of warfare it's going into.
Yeah, coward war. Yep. Everything technology.
Hey, Con, just to throw it out there, even in the midst of Ukraine in the trenches, man, they had a soldier on the turret, a sentry gun, right?
Oh, come on.
But he hooked it up where he could use like a PS4 controller and sit back and use his phone and operate it behind, behind like a wall or something, man. So that's an even more coward's war being on the actual battlefield.
How you gonna win against that shit? You show up to fight somebody like that.
All right, 2 Ezra 13, verse 32. It says, "And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and when the sign shall happen, which I showed thee before, and then shall my son be declared."
Right, so these prophecies got to come to pass first. All right? So once all the prophecies come to pass, especially Revelations 13, when they push the digital system, all right, go ahead. It said, what? Then shall Yahawah'S be revealed from heaven.
Come on. It says, "Which I showed thee before, and then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending." Verse 33, "And when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have one against another."
Right, so that's in the midst of Armageddon. All right, so all these nations' troops are over there in what they call the East, the Middle East. What did Ronald Reagan say? He said we need some outside force that will bring us all together, stop all the battles. Well, that outside force is going to be Yahawah'S, and they all going to come together and try to fight against him. All right, all these nations' armies, all these nations with their technology, they're going to come together and try to fight against Yahawah'S. Go ahead.
Verse 34, 2 Ezra 13, "And an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together, as thou sawest them willing to come and to overcome him."
Right, they're gonna try to put him in slavery. And look at that black man on that nag. Who the hell there on that nag? What are you doing all the way up there? Let's try to get him down here. Like you see in all the movies with Godzilla, they always winning. Or if it's like a movie, War of the Worlds, Battle of Los Angeles, Independence Day. They always show America showing up. They don't show China showing up. Right? They corny, man. What's that, bro?
They always showing themselves as the one that's gonna prevail.
Yeah. That's cavalry. Huh? The cavalry, yeah. All right, go ahead.
Verse 34, starting from 34 again. It says, "And an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together, as thou sawest them willing to come."
Right, an innumerable multitude. You can't imagine what that's like. Right?
"And to overcome him by fighting."
Right, so they think they're gonna win. They're not gonna try to go up there and reason with him or talk to him. They're gonna take a strike at him, just like they do in the movies. Shoot at it.
Come on. If I may add on too, that's why Scripture say that pride has deceived thee, man. They think they can go against anything. They think they can't be touched, man. As far as Esau, all right. And as far as the movies goes, even they just got to go contrary to the Lord Yahawah'S. They got to try to write out their own outcome, So even with Godzilla in the latest one, they try to make amends with Godzilla and try to be friends with him, put a collar on him so he can communicate. Hey, Job 41 says otherwise. You won't be able to do anything. You won't be able to come to a parlay with the Leviathan, man.
Right. So if you can't handle Leviathan, the Lord said, "What you think? How you think you're gonna deal with him?"
God.
That's in the Scripture. He said, "If you can't handle Leviathan, how you think you're gonna be able to tame the Lord?"
God.
He ain't showing up like a regular man anymore. He's showing up as a mighty, glorified angel.
He will not be coming in on the donkey.
Heck no.
And back to 32, in verse 32, it says, "Whom thou sawest as a man ascending," and which kind of indicates you seen him as a man descending, but when he come back, it ain't gonna be the same way, man.
Yep.
As Scripture say, he's not gonna greet us as a man, man.
Right.
He's coming back with all power, Verse 35, 2 Ezra 13, it says, "But he shall stand upon the top of the Mount Zion."
Right, not physically standing on Mount Zion. It means standing with the government of Israel. All right, he's gonna be standing with his elect. He's gonna stand, meaning basically to protect his elect. He's gonna fight for us. Go ahead.
"And Zion shall come and shall be shown to all men.
Right, that's what Canuck read earlier, where he said the eagle's going to be sent out to gather the elect from all four corners of the earth. They're going to be gathered and they're going to be brought to Yahawah's. Right there. So this is now it's going to reference to Isaiah 11. The Latino tribes coming back together with the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. Coming back together right here. All right, let me get Isaiah 11 real quick and then got you on the precept. Yep, somebody got it? Yep. My bad, bro. 1 second.
Is that verse 1?
Let Canuck get it. He knows kind of bounce around with that.
We'll get straight to the point.
Yeah, straight to the point.
This is Isaiah 11 and 13. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim.
Yeah, you get that part? Gathered and dispersed. The outcast.
Okay. This is Isaiah 11 and 10. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an enzyme of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. When it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamas, and from the isles of the sea. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
Right, so you're going to gather the outcasts of Israel, which were outcasts, especially during the time of 722 BC, when the northern kingdom fell to the Assyrians, and then we were outcast from our land in 586. And then it happened again in 70 AD. All right? So the Lord is about to gather us all back together again, but he's going to start with the elect. That's Revelation chapter 7. 12,000 from every tribe of Israel. It's 144,000 men are going to repent and turn back to the Father. And the 1/3 of men, women, and children. Yeah, go ahead. And then the brother.
This is Sirach chapter 36, verse 11, verse 10. Smite asunder the heads of the rulers of the heathen that say there is none other but we. Gather all the tribes of Jacob together and inherit thou them as from the beginning. Yeah. So that's what the boy is basically going to do. That's why if you go back to Ezekiel 37, when the gathering of dry bones, some are going to come up together, but they're going to have sinews, they're going to have the flesh upon them, but they're not going to have breath. But the ones that have the breath are going to be the ones that bring Israel back together again.
There you go. That's from the beginning. The Lord was always with us, man. Especially Judah. That title, Yahawah, which means Yahweh's praise. So bring back that praise you had from the beginning, so we can praise him upon this earth. All right, go ahead, Yahawah.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war.
Right, so we proclaiming it. We proclaiming it among the Gentiles. That's why the Lord sent us among the nations. We're out here scattered amongst the nations as trumpets. And we don't only blow the trumpet for our people, we blow the trumpet of warning towards these heathens as well, and of judgment. All right?
Says, wake up the mighty men.
Right, so when we warning our people, those trumpets put fear in these nations. All right, go ahead. They said, wake up the mighty men. So all these nations and their armies, they're waking up, getting prepared for war. Like you were talking about Kim Jong-un. All right, go ahead.
You want to blow the trumpet?
Yeah, real quick. Yeah, just because there's two sides to that story, that coin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go ahead, bro.
Is that Jeremiah 4?
No. Joel chapter 2, verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain.
Right. Go ahead. No, go ahead. My bad.
Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand.
See that? So that's why he said proclaiming among the Gentiles as well. They're going to be trembling. Because that day is nigh at hand. Go ahead, Yahawah. Let's finish that one.
Let them come up. Verse 10.
Yep.
Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears.
Right, so that now, right, hey, good to see you, bro. So now all these nations, peace.
Actually, I'm going to take a picture of y'all.
Yeah, go ahead. What's up, man? Y'all want to get together? Yeah. Oh, yeah, we good. Yeah, we got a brother that do photography in the camp, so you cool. Yeah, I mean. Yeah, take your time. We're gonna keep teaching, but just let us know. All right.
Verse 10, it says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong.
So now the weak are saying they're strong. We're witnessing that. We're witnessing the Lord's power on this earth. The weak nations are saying they're strong now, man. They're building up their resources, their economy, their military infrastructure, their missiles, their nuclear enrichment, their allies. They're ramping up. They're saying they're strong now.
Hey, God. And if I may add on, going back to the point of what the elder said earlier, of how we're praying to the Lord Yahawah'S to do the same thing to them that they did to us, and that's what's happening, man. All these other nations are gradually but surely becoming confederate against Esau, you know.
Right.
Henceforth, you have the BRICS forming, starting with Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, man.
Right.
You know, they're become confederate against Babylon, America, Esau, man. And now we're seeing the tables turning. So that's why you see these other nations standing up against America. As for example, earlier, a brother brought out how North Korea is testing these new missiles, man. They got an ICBM that can come over here and hit any part in America, all right? You know, so, hey, that shows letting the weak sound strong. They're not backing down from America. Iran, all right, building up, they increased their plutonium intake a couple years ago, man.
Uranium?
Yeah, so like uranium, man. You know, so hey, that's the weak saying I am strong. That's the weak standing up against this whore, you know.
Yep. Good, bro.
Isaiah 14:9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming, and stir up of the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It has raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? And that's what these other nations are saying. They're like, they were sitting down at one point in time, but the Lord is rising them up. Now they're saying, wait a minute. They're thinking America and Esau this tall. The Lord rising up. They like, hold on, wait a minute. You the same size as we is. Hell no. Now they're ramping up their military and it's no holds bars, all hands on deck. These other nations like, we're finna take this place out, period.
China's been making and selling military weapons, specifically anti-drone weapons, with like microwave technology to fry drones out of the sky.
Right, and all this is for who? For America. Like got all these nations. What is that on that trick that Allen said? Trick's bought a chopper for me, and he's looking for you. That's how these other nations. That's how these other nations are ramping up their military arsenal for who? They're doing trades back and forth. You got North Korean troops allegedly over there in Ukraine, and then you got North Korea sending more weaponry over there, more newer technology. They're trading information back and forth. When one thing they wouldn't do that at one point in time, because everybody was keeping their own secrets to themselves in order to protect their own nation. But now, what are they doing? They're sharing secrets, military secrets and military technology back and forth to band together to come against America.
America has been that enemy that helps the whole world get along.
What does that say? An enemy to my enemy is my friend.
Hey, who's that that sold they traded sheep or goats for weapons? Was it a Russian trader with somebody? Was it China or Korea? They traded some goats.
Damn.
But it was but that's mockery. That's basically showing that's them showing, look, we don't need America for anything.
Right.
We don't need your money, we don't need your weapons. We'll go to these other people and we don't even gotta trade them weapons. We'll trade them goats for weapons.
Yeah, we don't need the dollar either.
Yeah.
Goats are worth more than the dollar.
Yeah. All right, where we at? Precept real quick. Oh, hold on 1 second. Let me just.
Second Ezra chapter 13, verse 36. I'm gonna start from 35. But he shall stand upon the top of the Mount Zion, and Zion shall come and shall be shown to all men, being prepared.
Right, so he's gonna stand for his people in Israel. He's gonna stand for the elect, and then those same elect are gonna come to Yahawah'S, being taken up in the chariots, and they're gonna be shown to the world. That goes with Revelation 21. All right, New Jerusalem coming down from heaven. You gonna read your precept real quick?
In Psalm chapter 2, verse 1, why do the heathen rage?
Let's wait on that.
Go.
I got that one. Go ahead. Got one? Yeah.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, in verse 21. It says, "Then shall the right aiming thunderbolts go abroad, and from the clouds, as from a well-drawn bow, shall they fly to their mark. And hailstones full of wrath."
What was yours? No, you good.
Come. So basically, the right aiming thunderbolts going into the missiles, and then from the clouds, the chariots. Because basically all our hell breaking loose here, and the judgment of the Lord, the judgment of the Lord basically comes upon this place. You're gonna see missiles flying. You're gonna see chariots zapping people and more things, man. It says, "Then shall the right aiming thunderbolts go abroad, and from the clouds, as from a well-drawn bow, shall they fly to their mark.
There you go.
And hailstones full of wrath shall be cast out of a stone bow, and water of the sea shall rage against them, and the flood shall cruelly drown them. Yet a mighty wind shall stand up against them, like a storm shall blow them away. Thus iniquity shall lay waste the whole earth, and ill dealings shall overthrow the thrones of the mighty." So right, man, Yahawah'S is going to sharpen his wrath for a severe sword, and basically destroy those that are high and lofty on this side, ultimately being Esau, Edom.
There you go. He's gonna use those kings from the east to bring that iniquity to this damn place, that destruction, iniquity against iniquity, Satan against Satan. He's gonna destroy this damn place. You know what I mean? All right. Where's it good? Yeah.
2 Ezra 13, verse 36. "And Zion shall come and shall be sold to all men, being prepared and builded
on.
like as thou sawest
Revelation 21.
the hill graven without hands."
See that? So the hill graven without hands, what did that represent? That chariot. So where the elect gonna be at in those chariots? You see that? They're gonna be taken up and brought to Yahawah in that big chariot.
Verse 30.
Hold on, my bad.
21 and what?
1.
Revelation chapter 21, verse 1.
Right, it says Zion's gonna come and be shown to the whole world being prepared.
"And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea."
Right, so Esau's rulership is about to pass away with a great noise. All right, with wrath and iniquity. Right?
"And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from Yahawah out of heaven."
Right, so now, read that again.
"And I, John," I'm reading verbatim.
Okay.
"And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband."
There you go. All right, being prepared as a bride, adorned for Yahawah for the marriage. Being prepared like we're about to join unto something. And that's when we're going to get that new covenant. All right? Have the laws written in our inward part. So that's what we're going to be going over there for. We're praying to be the peaceable multitude. Not the multitude that's gathering to go to war with them. We don't want to be part of that. All right? That was it. Go ahead, brother.
2 Ezra chapter 13, verse 37. "And this my sign shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations, which for their wicked life are fallen into the tempest."
See that? For their wicked life, they didn't work. Elon Musk, he didn't work all these different innovations, all these different military people that became high-ranking officers, went through all these different training different technologies just to go to war with Yahawah and lose. Go ahead. So all their wicked life is going to lead them to that day of judgment.
In Psalm chapter 2, verse 1.
Right, we praying that all our path, he said, blessed are the feet of the righteous. Beautiful are the feet of the righteous that lead many to righteousness, man. So our path is going to lead us to the kingdom. Go ahead, brother.
Psalm 2 and 1. Why do the heathen rage?
So why would the heathen even rage up against the Lord when they know they're going to lose?
And the people imagine the vain thing.
Right, they're imagining the vain thing that they think they're going to bring a new world order. They think they're going to go to war with an entity from outer space named Yahawah.
The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision. And that's just the point. The Lord boosting their head up like how he boosted Pharaoh's head up so he can show his power, his strength in casting them down, so he can shine his light. Forget what these heathens got going on. Forget their new world order. Forget their BRICS. Forget their NATO. It's Yahawah'S shine his righteous kingdom that's be established.
Right, just like that. There was a video. They had a pit bull. They had a pit bull barking at 2 lions.
Gone.
You saw that?
No, I seen that.
And they said the pit bull was looking for trouble, but the 2 lions were looking for a snack. It's like 2 different views, you know? So Esau gonna be looking for pride to fight the Lord, but the Lord gonna be looking for just to pray. PRE.
show off.
Yeah, just to show his power. You know, showing his strength. Go ahead, huh?
This is Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. Thou art found and also caught because thou hast striven against the Lord, Yahweh. And ultimately, that's what it is. Hey, they trying to fight against something they can't even imagine, the power of Yahawah'S. And the whole story has already been written, that they're going to be destroyed. The remnant of them going to be gathered up and ultimately done away with. And that's the nation of Edom.
Second Ezra, chapter 13, verse 38.
Right, and also that snare. I was see if anybody gonna step in and have his back.
That snare, right?
But the snare is also talking about the missiles.
Yes.
All right, so it goes into the missiles, and that snare with that trap was laid for America. All right, go ahead. We good. Just backing you up.
Second Ezra 13 and 38. It says, and shall lay before them their evil thoughts.
Right, so they're gonna lay before them all their judgment. Go ahead.
And the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented.
Right, so just like Antiochus Epiphanes. Let's get it. Second Maccabees 5 and 1 real quick.
This is Second Maccabees chapter 5, verse 1.
Right, so the Lord gonna show them what type of wrath, what type of ass whooping they about to get. Go ahead.
It says about the same time Antiochus prepared his second voyage into Egypt. And then it happened that through all the city for the space of almost 40 days.
Right, this happened in 168 BC. Go ahead.
There were seen horsemen running in the air.
Right, they were seeing horsemen running in the air. That means chariots with riders upon them in them chariots, man, UFOs. They're going to see Yahawah'S being the rider of this chariot. You know, that huge giant mountain that's going to be in the sky.
In cloth of gold.
Right, they say he got somebody get that white horse. Right, go ahead.
It says in cloth of gold and armed with lances like a band of soldiers.
They're armed with lances, man. You see that? You like, is that for me? is that you about to do that to me? Oh snap! Go ahead.
Verse 3. And troops of horsemen in array, encountering and running against one another with shaking of shields and multitude of pikes and drawing of swords and casting of darts and glittering of golden ornaments and all harness of all sorts and harness salaki of all sorts.
Right.
Verse 4.
You want the white horse? Yeah, keep reading, bro. I got
Wherefore every man prayed that the apparition might turn to good.
Right, so every man praying that this apparition might turn to good for him. You see that? So when these military and these armies begin to see, when these armies begin to see, damn, what was you saying?
It says, wherefore every man prayed that the apparition might turn to good.
Right, so when these armies see the military over there, when they see the chariots, and they see Yahawah'S, they're going to hope that that's for good, and it's not going to be. When they see what the Lord about to bring on their ass, they're gonna see the judgment coming to them. All right, go ahead.
It's Revelation chapter 19, verse 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True.
Right, so the horse and his riders. You see that?
And in righteousness he doth judge and make war.
There you go. All right. So in righteousness, he's showing up to judge and make war, man. So it's not gonna be good for them. They're gonna say, "Oh man, hopefully he's gonna show them. He's gonna open that fire, you know, that front mouth of the chariot probably." And they're gonna be like, "What's that?" It's gonna be like War of the Worlds. Just,
We'll hear that noise.
Some have signs saying, "Come join us."
that's right, man. Let's get this 2 Thessalonians 1 and 8.
Precept real quick.
Yep, let me get this one real fast.
I got you.
Go ahead, brother. 1 and 7. Over to 8.
This is 2 Thessalonians 1 and 7. It says, "And to you who are troubled, rest with us, when the Lord Yahawah'S shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels."
See that? So when we're in trouble, we're gonna rest and know that the Lord is gonna protect us, man. All right, we're gonna rest with the other apostles in spirit and trust in the Lord. Go ahead. He said, and we're gonna look to the hills from which cometh our help. All right.
It says, "In flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not Yahweh, and that obey not the gospel of our Lord Yahawah'S Hamashiach."
So the Yahawah is showing up in flaming fire. All right, that's that chariot, and he's gonna be shooting out fire. You know? And it said what?
It says, "In flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not Yahweh, and that obey not the gospel of our Lord Yahawah'S Hamashiach."
There you go, Isaiah 66 and 16, Babako Shah, whoever.
And also based upon like the elders' lesson talking about that meeting they had about the UFOs. All right. So now so go back to 2 Maccabees chapter 5 where they saw that over the space of 40 days what it looked like the chariots doing military drills. That's what the chariots are doing now. They're showing them how they're defying gravity. They're kind of like low key showing Esau what he's going to potentially be up against, and they had no answers for it. Meaning how, and it's been explained in Ezekiel chapter 1 how they go about and they don't turn wherever they go, how they can go any direction, and how as the angels are flying around or walking around on earth, the chariots are falling behind them. Like on some Knight Rider and Kit type stuff. So it's like that's what the Lord is showing them a little glimpse of what they're gonna be up against, man. And that's the Lord mocking their ass.
Hey, Con, and if I may add on too, from the movie Top Gun Maverick with Tom Cruise, they had F-16 fighter jets. They went over to bomb Iran, a military site that they had. They knew that they had to sneak in and sneak out because the aircrafts that Russia had, they wouldn't be able to keep up with the maneuvers that they were able to do within their jets, man. So, hey, they counting the costs very well. All right, they know that they can't equate to what the Lord Yahawah has to offer, man. When they say, "Oh, these vehicles they can withstand what 1,000 G-forces and whatnot, man." Hey, and when a human can only reach what 9 or 8, so like you correct me if I'm wrong.
7 or 8. 9 and 10 is like super.
Hey, and that shows the difference, the difference of the realms, man. Just put it like that, you know.
Just like the Edomite said in Zaquan's video, like the F-16 is probably the most advanced maneuverable aircraft that they have. And it can't even go nowhere near.
It can't go underwater.
It can't do none of that, bro. It cannot change the direction at the stop of a dime. It can't stop and hover in the air and then take off.
Yeah.
It can't go straight up. It can't. There's a lot of things that they can't do that these chariots are able to do, man.
Because they're bound by the laws of what we call the laws of physics in this realm, but they're not bound by those laws. You know, they're otherworldly, what they call extraterrestrial.
You got chariots that are moving around like wisdom. So wisdom is more moving than any motion. You got chariots moving around like wisdom.
Yep, but now the main point. Here you go. Read that again. That last part.
It's like, let me go back to Revelation 19. This is
Oh no, second.
second Ezra. All right, the second Ezra chapter 13, verse 38.
Isaiah 66 and 16.
I got it.
It says, and shall lay before them their evil thoughts, and the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented, which are like unto a flame, and he shall destroy.
They likened to a flame. That's the point. Not just the maneuvers, but the focus is the flame. He's showing them, I'm about to burn y'all up with this. And that's what the Lord gave him. It's like nuclear fire, but on a whole nother level. That Yahawah'S holds himself. And he's going to control it and be able to control that, man. The most powerful energy on this earth right now is nuclear energy. And Yahawah'S has that like it's nothing. All right? So, real quick, go ahead.
It's Jeremiah 66 and 15. For behold, the Lord Yahweh will come with fire.
Yep, Yahawah'S.
Yahawah'S, Salaki.
Yep.
For behold, the Lord Yahweh's will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fire, with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire.
See, he chose to rebuke these nations and rebuke all their inventions with flames of fire. And he's gonna show them that. Go ahead. Go on, brother.
It says,
So he said with fire, he's gonna plead with all flesh. You read that?
No, 16.
Oh, go ahead. My bad.
Jeremiah 66 and 6. And by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh.
So with fire and by his sword, Yahawah's is gonna judge all the flesh, man. Either with the nukes or from them chariots. All right, go ahead.
And the slain of the Lord Yahawah's shall be many.
See, the slain of the Lord Yahawah's is gonna be many people. All right, and that's just it. All right, go ahead, brother. So not just here in America, it's gonna be all the way over there in the east too, with Armageddon. All right, precept somebody. Go ahead, bro.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, and verse 6. It says, "Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. As they shall be afraid, pangs and sorrow shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames." So kind.
Yeah, that's talking about here. That's talking about right here on the soils of America. All right, their face is gonna be as flames, but the same thing gonna happen to them with that Kamehameha, that giant Hadou kick from Yahawah's. I used to hate that when they used to play that Street Fighter games and then the whole screen would just fill up and shit. And blast. I never know how to play that shit. But I get it. I get it.
Lord had them around here looking like Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
and this is second Ezra, chapter 13, verse 38. And shall lay before them their evil thoughts, and the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented.
They got that mind control. Yeah, the Lord gonna lay everything before him. He's gonna be messing with their mind and everything. All right, go ahead.
Which are like unto a flame, and he shall destroy them without labor.
Right, he's gonna destroy them without labor. He's not gonna have to be like, everybody get ready, man the hatches, get the cannons ready. He ain't gonna do none of that. He's gonna do it without labor. He ain't got to send out no angels. He's gonna press the button. Just press it. Yeah, it's gonna melt everybody, man. Right?
It says, by the law which is like unto fire.
Right, righteousness. Through righteousness, man, which is like unto fire. And that's what we blessed with. The fire, the spiritual fire that's consuming this place. All right? We burning this place down in the spirit. You know? Go ahead.
Verse 39.
You can switch to somebody too if you want. Come on.
And whereas thou sawest that he gathered another peaceable multitude unto him.
Right, so this is the gathering. The elect are being gathered right now through the spirit, but also we're going to be gathered into those chariots that we just read earlier. That's the multitude that loves peace. That's at peace with the Lord. 1 second, brother. I got you. The 144,000 that's going to be gathered. All right, that's that multitude, that peaceable multitude. So you got a wicked, adversarial multitude that's coming to fight the Lord, and then you're gonna have a peaceable multitude that's gathering to the Lord. All right, go ahead.
This is the book of
Second Esdras chapter 9 and verse 22, it says, let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept, and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect. So come on, man, the multitude being perished that was born in vain, being 2/3 of our people, the heathen, and those that turn against the Lord. But the cluster of grapes that Yahawah shall have chosen for himself represents the elect. And the one third that's going to be saved from this place.
Right, man. Good point. All right. Yeah. Somebody, you want somebody else to take it? All right, go ahead.
This back at second Esdras 13 and verse 40. Yeah. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners.
Right. So you got. Oh my goodness. So you got of the 10. Shut up. Well, now it's talking about the 10 tribes. All right, from Levi on down. Go ahead. That's the southern kingdom, representing part of the southern kingdom. Go ahead.
Which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea, the king.
Right, and that was 722 to 720 BC, which is 720 BC was when Hosea, the king of Ephraim, fell. All right, but go ahead.
Whom Salmanasseh, the king of Assyria, led away captive.
Right, that's Salmanasseh the fifth, and he led us away captive in 727 BC to 725, and then Sargon the second, he finished us off all the way in 720 with Hosea, the king of Ephraim. All right, destroyed Ephraim. So they took the northern tribes into captivity at that time, and we were scattered. Go ahead.
And he carried them over the waters.
Yep.
And so came they into the land, into another land.
Right. So they carried them away over into Assyria. Okay. They didn't carry them to America yet. The northern tribes came to America later, around 300 AD. Go ahead.
But they took this counsel amongst themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
Right, so that happened later on. Around 300 AD, the northern tribes were led by Ephraim over here towards the west. All right, through the, what's they call that?
Transatlantic Saharan.
Yeah, the
transatlantic slave trade.
Yeah, but that
Hurricane, what's it called?
you know what I'm talking about, that path, yeah.
It's like a stream.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, the Gulf Stream. All right, so they decided not during the slave trade though, but this was a choice, and they were brought up. A lot of them came over here. That's why when Esau got here, a lot of Gadites here, and when they went to whatever that land was of the Taínos, they were already there. You know what I mean? Because they already came over here. All right, go ahead.
Verse 42, that they might there keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land.
Right, that's where you get things like the Los Lunas Decalogue stone, where the Issachar in New Mexico, they were writing on it the laws of the Lord, so they could try to keep them here. All right, go ahead.
And they entered into Euphrates by the narrow passage.
The narrow passage. Yeah, that's into the Euphrates. Go ahead.
Of the river, for the Most High then showed signs for them and held still the flood.
Right, so the Lord showed miracles getting us here. All right, stopped the winds, did everything he could to get us over here to this land. Go ahead.
Till they were passed over.
Yep.
For through that country, there was a great way to go.
All right, go ahead.
Namely, of a year and a half.
Yeah, go ahead.
And the same region is called
Arsareth.
Yep.
So today, that region today is called Arsareth. And that word Arsareth just means another land. So they came over here. Go ahead.
Then dwelt they there until the later time.
So they dwelt here until the latter time. See that? So those Latino tribe, the northern tribe was brought over here, came over here until the last days. So they're here. Go ahead.
And now, when they shall begin to come.
So now, we're ready to go back into our land. Go ahead.
The highest shall stay the springs of the stream again.
So are we literally going to get back on boats and all that again? No. What's going to happen is the Lord is going to show miracles again. That's what that means. He's going to show miracles and wonders for us again, so we can go back into our land. Go ahead.
That they may go through. Therefore sawest thou the multitude with peace.
Right. So now that's why you saw a multitude being gathered to Yahawah's in peace in those chariots. See that? So now we're going to go back in chariots. We came over in ships, and we're going back in spaceships. Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Verse 48. But those that be left behind
Yep.
of thy people,
But the ones that make it through, all right, the ones that survive what's coming. Go ahead.
are they that are found within my borders.
So they're going to be the ones that's from the north, the southern tribe. All right, because they were the ones that were found within his borders. So you got it just named the Latino tribes, right? From Salmanasseh and all that in Hosea. He was the head of that tribe, but now Yahawah's said the ones that were in his border. And his border represents Judah, Benjamin, and parts of Levi. And that's what he was talking to Ezra, because Ezra is from Levi. So he was saying, yeah, and your tribes too. The northern and the southern kingdom. Go ahead.
Verse 49, now when he destroyeth the multitude of the nations that are gathered together,
Right.
he shall defend his people.
So once he destroyed them, he's gonna defend. Defending, he shall deliver. I think we started off with that one. That's right. Let's get that one again. Isaiah 3, 31 and 5. Isaiah 31 and 5. So like my bad.
This is Isaiah chapter 31, verse 5. It says, as birds flying, so would the Lord Yahweh of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending, also he will deliver it, and passing over, he will preserve it.
See that? So now, that's going to be the new Passover. We're going to have two Passovers in the kingdom. So passing over us and not judging us and destroying us, he's also going to deliver you. All right? So he's going to defend you and deliver you at the same time. So when he's going over there fighting them armies, it's really to deliver us, man, from freedom. I mean, from bondage. Go ahead, brother.
Back at 49,
Yep.
now when he destroyeth the multitude of the nations that are gathered together, he shall defend his people that remain. Verse 50,
Man, the ones that still that survive, he's going to defend them, man. We ain't got to worry about nothing. So we got to pray that we survive it. Because it's going to be bad out here, man. It's going to be bad. We got to make it through the famine. We got to make it through the sword. We got to make it through the missiles. You know, that's a lot. We got to make it through whatever else that we can't even imagine. All right, go ahead, brother. He said the ones that make it through, he's going to defend you, man, and preserve you. Whoa. And give his angels charge over you. Go ahead, brother.
verse 50, and then shall he show them great wonders.
And then after that, he's gonna show his elect that are still around. He's gonna show them all the miracles. And we're gonna get to see it. You're gonna get to see more miracles. All right, that was it.
That's 50.
That was 50. All right, let's go to Jeremiah 2 and 14. How much time we got? Got something?
Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 4.
It's too late to bring it out. Zechariah 5, the Hebrew, one woman came in, two women came out.
Oh yeah, maybe a lesson or something. Yeah. There still could be a point made though.
Yeah.
With no time, right?
Okay.
It still be a good point. Yeah.
Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 14. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave?
Right. Is Israel? Are we just made to be slaves and servants to these nations? No, we got something better coming to us. We got a destiny, man. We got a date with destiny. That's an eternal kingdom. We got a date with eternity. You know? Go ahead. And Esau and these nations, they got a date with death. Yep. Go ahead.
Why is he spoiled?
Right. So why are we spoiled? Are we made to be this way? So what happened to us? How did we become destroyed as a nation? How did the nations just do what they want to us? Go ahead.
The young lions roared upon him and yelled.
Right. All these nations roared upon us. They was like, yeah, we got them. Yeah. They was like, you know, living in their victory. But we know the triumphing of the wicked is short. That's what the scriptures say. All right. Anybody want to get it? Babaka Shah? That's right, man.
And they made his land waste. His cities are burnt without inhabitant.
Yep. So they burned our cities. They wasted our cities. All right. Damascus is demolished. You know, we don't have our land anymore. Go ahead.
This is Job chapter 20, starting at verse 4.
Somebody to finish this later.
Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reaching to the clouds, yet he shall perish forever, like his own does.
See that? So at the end of the day, they're gonna perish forever, just like you flush a turd down the toilet. Yeah, they standing in our face now with the police and governments and Trump and all that, but someday they're gonna be just like poop. Here today, gone tomorrow.
They which have seen him shall say, where is he?
Right? They're gonna where it go? Where that little turd go? Right?
He shall fly away as a dream.
Right? He gonna fly away like a nightmare. This was like a nightmare on Elm Street for us, but it was called America. This is a nightmare, man.
Hey, just like how like that last Nightmare on Elm Street, how did they beat Freddy? They brought him into reality.
Yeah.
See, he was ruling in the dream world, but they snatched him into reality. Once he was in the real world, shit really started sinking in. That's what the Lord should do, snatch himself back into reality.
Yep. Go ahead.
Verse 8, Job 20.
Right, the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans are the Israelites of the Bible. All right, and some of our people are scattered around the world, looking like the other nations, mingled amongst the other nations. You know what I mean? So we are here to reach the elect of our people. Not saying, hey, you, we don't know who's who. You get what I'm saying? So this ain't no Black Panther thing, but it is a race thing, not racism. Racism is a system set up by the Caucasian race, the Romans to be specific. They set that system of racism to keep our people bound in bondage. You know what I mean? Even the entertainment industry is part of it now. You know what I'm saying? So it's a system. For us, we're about our race, meaning a racist, meaning like a pianist is an expert of piano. We're an expert knowing about our nation. So they misuse the word, the term, you know what I mean? So that's what we out here to do, in case you were wondering. You know, we out here to reach the Lord's elect before he destroys this place, man. In World War III, which is a judgment from God. They think it's just a judgment from Putin.
Yeah.
This is really a judgment from the Most High, spoken of in the scriptures. All right, go ahead.
This is Job 20 and 8.
Yep.
He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found.
Right, so they about to come in with this. They about to bring this. And that's going to scare the hell out of everybody. Martial law. Right? It's going to be at the doorstep, but then out of nowhere, it's going to stop. Right? Go ahead.
It says, he shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night.
Right, it says, Lucifer, son of the morning, I'm going to chase you around the earth, man. All right? And that's what they're going to be doing. Lucifer represents Esau. They're going to be chased out of their position, chased into bondage. Right? And what's that? Zechariah 1 and 5. Oh, Zechariah 1. Remember they set up to pray them? Where is that, bro? Yeah, they're going to be chased, man. Right? And the scriptures say that. They're going to be at the chase row. Somebody get that? Baba Shah, chase row. Us, we were chased in slavery. We had to run out through the woods, running in the land. We didn't even know where the heck we was at. Look at Kingsley Plantation. You try to go out there, it's like nothing but forest. So imagine being brought here in a foreign land. Being brought here in a foreign land, and then you run into that. And then you getting hung and burned, and scrotums cut off. And you know what I mean? And stuffed down his throat. And then burned alive. And then putting feathers and tar on them. This hatred, man. Do you think there's not a payment for that? There's a judgment for that. And they don't even know that happened to us because we didn't listen to God. He don't play, man. So imagine what he's going to do to the word that did that to us. That's what we're talking about. And so the same way we got a judgment, everybody's going to get judged. And our job is to warn people of that judgment before it comes. It's coming. And they're going to find out that the Messiah of the Bible looks like those people that were hanging on trees. That strange fruit that was hanging from the poplar trees. You know what I mean? Burned at the stake. But the Lord looked like a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah. And he's dark-skinned, darker than me. Eyes blood red, angry like Mike Tyson. Stamina problem.
You should have won last night. That was staged.
Yeah, man. He left his legs home.
He got 20 million. He was happy. He's like, whatever.
He's like, whatever. I can still walk to the bank.
Buy some new legs.
Some golden knee braces. All right. So that's what we are teaching. That's what the inform you just in case. Go ahead. Somebody read.
You want Chase Rowe?
Chase Rowe.
All right. This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 13.
Right. No charge, huh?
Percent.
Yep. Go ahead, brother.
Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall move out of her place in the wrath of the Lord of hosts in the day of his fierce anger. And it shall be as a chased roe, as a sheep that no man taketh up.
Right, so that nation Esau, which is basically the Caucasian race, the word Caucasus means cave dweller. So they really the cave. I don't know what you are. I'm saying they. I don't know who you.
No, yeah, no.
You know what I mean, you can look like them but not be them. I don't know.
Oh,
or you could be one of them. I don't know. But you know, so when I'm speaking about my people, we talk about them being wicked, being sodomy, into sodomy, pants sagging, witchcraft, voodoo, all kinds of stuff. But when we speak about the other nation, we speak about theirs as well. You know what I mean? So no discrimination here. So he said, what? They're going to be at a chase row, meaning nobody going to take care of that nation. Right now, if something happened over there, we're proud Americans. You know, you're American, we got you. But someday, nobody going to be able to help them. They're going to run to every nation and try to get help, and nobody going to help them. They're going to be at the chase row. They're going to get chased by the Lord. All right, somebody had another precept? Actually? Go ahead.
This four carpenters. I'm afraid I'm away.
Yeah.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 1 and verse 20. And the Lord showed me four carpenters. Then said I, what comes these to do? And he spake, saying, these are the horns which have scattered Judah.
Wait, somebody grab that for me? No, the one down there. These are the horns that the Lord used to scatter us. See that? Babylon, Persia. Well, not really Persia. It's really the Assyrian, Babylon, Greece, and Roman Empire. But right here it's talking about those four horns. These nations scattered us. They were known as the cankerworm, the caterpillar. What was the other one? The locust. And another one. But the Lord used them as parables talking about destruction. You know, a caterpillar destroys the leaf.
Yeah.
You know, the cankerworm does that too and all that. So the Lord used the Assyrians to destroy us. He used the locust, like an army, the Babylonians to scare the hell out of us and destroy us. 586 BC. And then he used the Greek Empire to do it. And then he used the Romans to finish us off. You see that? See that? That was 70 AD. It was called the Jewish-Roman War. Not the Jews you see over there today. They're the fake Jews. We know about truth. They're not supposed to be in our land. Their bloodline goes back to the Khazars. All right. The Lord says, when the true Israelites are in that land, not the Israelis, the Israelites. When they're in that land, the world shall study war no more. See that? But right now, what are they doing? Increasing war. They studying different levels of war. They're going laser.
I read about it. They took it over. They were helped after World War II to come over.
Yep.
Then they just started taking over the land.
Yeah.
And if you see a map from like 1940 something when they first came over, Israel's just taking land.
They took it.
They taken land.
They took it from the alleged
Palestinians helped them come over.
But it's really our land.
Yeah.
Because we got ran out of there.
But they were the ones that provided the ships and helped them come over.
there too.
And then they were like, thanks for, now I'm going to take it off.
Yeah, 1948. And it was called, I think, the Balfour Declaration.
Yep.
King Balfour, he did.
Yeah, Palestine used to be huge.
Yeah.
And when they helped them and brought them over, Israel just started eating it like a caterpillar.
Come on, bro. And then they branched out. Now they want more.
Yep.
Now they want more. You get somebody instant, take them out. What's that, bro? Oh, you saying what? No, you saying what is this?
I just saw we having a conversation. You know, that's why.
Oh, you just curious like what we doing?
Yeah. Well, I was just curious what your religion is.
Oh, religion. Okay, with that we don't deal with religion because that comes from the root word religio, which means to hold back and restrain people. So we basically out here teaching about the covenants. You know the covenants?
You know, not really.
Okay, read that real quick. Romans 9, real fast. We out here to tell our people about, give them warning and remind them of the covenants that the Most High came and made with us. All right, he didn't make it with the whole world as they teach in church. Let's get this real quick.
So this is Romans chapter 9, verse 1.
Right.
I say the truth in the Mashiach.
Right.
I lie not. My conscience also bear me witness
Right, we're not out here lying. We're out here speaking the truth. You know, no feelings involved. Go ahead.
in the Holy Ghost that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart. For I could wish that myself were accursed from the Mashiach for my brethren, my kinsmen according to the flesh.
Right, so he said for his brethren and his kinsmen according to the flesh, not for the whole world. Paul was known as a Benjamite, which today the Benjamites would be the West Indians.
And what version of the Bible are you reading?
I'll tell you 1 second. Go ahead.
Romans 9 and 4. Who are the Israelites?
So who are the Israelites? He didn't say the whole world right there. Go ahead. So he died for the Israelites. Go ahead.
To whom pertaineth the adoption?
So to whom pertaineth the adoption? It don't matter what version we read. To whom pertaineth the adoption? What's the adoption? They were sent away and they being what? Brought back. That's to adopt your child back, right? Go ahead.
And the glory?
And the glory that belongs to Israelites. It just said it. So the glory, what's the glory? You know what the glory is? The glory is the kingdom. So to be glorified, you know what I mean? From going into slavery and then to be glorified back to the state of like King David. You probably heard that before, King David, King Solomon, right?
And the covenant.
And the covenant. That's what we are here teaching about, the covenant. What's a covenant? You know what a covenant is?
No.
Let's go, okay. A covenant is a marriage or an agreement, you know, or a will and testament that's left by a person. So what is this covenant that he made? He made a covenant with Israel. All right? In 1446 BC, he gave Moses the laws, statutes and commandments, keep his laws. So now he's coming to make a second covenant that we hope to attain to. And so to be part of that covenant, to enter into his rest, you got to be saved from the coming destruction. And that's World War III. All right? So in the midst of World War III, the Lord going to destroy this place, Babylon. And if you're here and you in it, you're going to get burned up unless you repent to the Lord. If you don't believe that, that's on you. You know what I mean? So that was it on that? Go ahead.
Can I ask you another question? So,
Hold on, let me get this precept ready just in case. Where was we at?
Romans.
We was reading
Zechariah 1.
Zechariah 1, yes. Go ahead.
And the giving of the law.
And the giving of the law.
And the service of God.
And the service of God.
And the promises.
And the promises belong to who? It said Israel. It didn't say no other nation. He said to these people. So that's what we are here to tell. You know, Israel needs to wake up and repent. All right, what was your question about?
You did mention how Babylon was supposed to be coming to an end, so I was wondering, you said this was kind of considered Babylon where we're here right now?
Yeah.
So,
what is word? Go ahead, my bad.
So you said either repent or leave, or you said do both?
No, you don't. I mean, you can leave, but it's gonna be World War III. World War.
Do you mind me asking where exactly do you plan on going?
I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna stand in the fire. I'm like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. They were put into an oven in around 605 BC. All right, during the time of Babylon, the kingdom of Babylon under Nebuchadnezzar. He was an Assyrian that ran the Babylonian Empire. And he said, yo, look, if y'all don't bow down to this statue, that statue right there, that's in the Bible. All right, he built this statue of himself. He said, if y'all don't bow down to it, I'm gonna burn y'all up. And he said, oh yeah. So they had something called like just like in the Roman Empire, they had Gehenna, which is another word for like hell. Hell is on earth, but they had ovens that they would consider like hell. So he had a giant oven, and what Nebuchadnezzar would do is he would take people up to the top of this tall ass tower, drop people off, let them splatter, and then shove them right into the oven and cook them, and sacrifice them to his idol, Nebuchadnezzar. See that? So what he did was he threatened our people now when they took us down. And around 609 they came in, around 605 they came and took us down during the Battle of Carchemish. All right, and they brought us into Babylon with Daniel and all them. And when they brought us into Babylon, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, they were like highly faithful men of Judah. He said, "Yo, I'm gonna put y'all in this oven. Y'all better bow down to me." So he put them in the oven, and then the Lord stepped into that oven with him and put a mist over them so that the oven didn't burn them.
When you say our people, are you Africa?
No.
No. So our people is in everyone.
No. These people right here.
Our people is okay.
Yeah, I'm from Judah.
Okay, Judah.
Yeah, so-called Negroes here in America, they call them Africans, but the word Africa comes from Scipio Africanus. These are Romans. That's not our people.
Okay.
And if you read the, somebody got it. You got one? No, not probably. No, dictionary. You got a dictionary? He got one. Check this out, man. He gonna read the definition to you of dealing with Africa.
Okay.
It's in the Zondervan.
Because I mean, those countries were named just back in the day by somebody, right? It was just like, that Africa, Europe,
America,
China. Yeah, it was
America.
all just America. It's just all
Yeah.
man-made names.
Yeah.
I mean,
Amerigo
When
Vespucci.
you come to it, yeah, they just decided to name stuff. It wasn't like anything.
Fair enough. They call it lands after their own name. You don't have it?
Yeah.
So, yeah, but the Zondervan Bible Dictionary tells you that, if somebody got it on their phone, pull it up. Yeah. But it tells you that the Africans are not our people. Okay. And it's in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. All right, we can prove it. But what else I was just saying, too? Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about Africa. This what I'm.
This is Psalms 49 and 11.
Right.
Their inward thoughts is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names.
See that? You said that. I ain't said it.
Yeah.
They named it after their own names.
Yeah.
You know, Rothschild Lane over there in Israel. And then, but these are lands too.
Okay.
These are bywords that we would call slave names. Just like I said to you, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they were slave names given to those men during his time.
Yeah,
real names,
Romans were ruthless.
yeah, but those are Syrians. But the Romans are still here, ruthless today. We just saw one fight Mike Tyson last night. He's a Roman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they're still here, and that judgment is still lingering over them.
And they burned. You would never think the Roman Empire would have gone down. And they
Yeah,
did.
when was that? 436 BC.
Yeah.
I mean AD. 436 AD. It was the fall of the Roman Empire.
I mean, and that was just shocking. That's something. And we're only like, what, 100 and something years old or something, the U.S.?
Yeah.
And it's like when you think about how long the Roman Empire was, it's like we are a rat compared to that.
They
Like
think
we've
they're
been
gonna
around
last
for
forever.
we haven't even been around for 200 years, and Roman Empire was like thousands.
Yeah, and they following behind the same downfall of
Yeah.
Rome.
And we act like we're that strong. It's like, yeah, we have not been around for a speckle.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and all kingdoms fall. Except for Israel. We're gonna last forever. Go ahead, bro. You got it in Zondervan.
You right? Yeah. Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary for the word ham.
This Ham, you know, Ham is the father of the Canaanites. The Canaanites are the Africans today.
Okay.
That's history.
Okay.
You can look it up. That's some Africans. Go ahead.
Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood,
Right.
and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor
Progenitor.
of the dark races.
The dark races. Oh, you think that's not true, but they think that's us. Ham is the father of the Africans. Watch this.
Not the Negroes,
He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the
Not the
Negroes,
Negroes. Wow.
but the Egyptians,
but the Egyptians,
Ethiopians,
not the
Libyans, Canaanites.
and the Canaanites.
So they really separated. Like it was way more. Like
way more, bro.
granular, like separating, like
That's
you
right,
know,
man.
dark people, Negroes, but it's like, I mean, it's
not our
real-
people.
yeah, it gets really.
Ain't that crazy, man?
Yeah,
So we walking around as Israelites and don't even know who the hell we are.
yeah.
And judgment day is coming. You know what I'm saying?
Have you seen that martial law movie? The one that came out?
What was
Yeah.
it called though? Was it called Civil War?
I haven't seen it. I heard it's amazing, but the mainstream media tried to censor it because I heard it's real. Like I heard it's really good too. But
Yeah.
that's like right now when you said martial law.
Yeah.
That made me think of it. It's
Yeah.
like, you know,
Martial law is in 2nd Ezra 15 and 2nd Ezra 16.
I bought a pistol the other day just in case. I mean, the thoughts in my mind.
It might. That's what I said to you.
It is the thoughts in my mind.
Yeah, but how many bullets?
That's true. I'm just trying to make friends. I just need a
more
group, man.
friends. You need less bullets,
I ain't
more
going
friends.
solo. I need friends.
More friends, more hands, more bullets.
All you just do is,
You just need the most high, man.
you just here, or like you have somewhere you go to.
We travel all over. We just ended up here at the wall, man. Yeah, we travel all over though.
From Jacksonville, though.
I'm from South Philly.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I went to Penn State.
Penn State?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Big
man.
nitty line.
Yep. But I'm sent here to teach, man, and
Yeah.
we all over the map right now. Any way you can name, we there.
What do you guys? What's your fellowship called? Okay. The Lions Den.
Yeah, the Lions Den of Yasha Allah. You need to. You want to check us out on YouTube?
I'll look it up.
I ain't got my
So
phone.
the Lions.
You've never heard of this before at all.
I heard some of it before, but
Okay, cool. Yeah,
Background
get
one?
familiar, and then you got any questions? We can
Background.
talk. Yeah. All right, and the YouTube should be on there. Where's it at? It's on there.
Second page, these first 3 right here.
Oh man, the RFID stuff. That's scary. That RFID stuff in AI, man, it's getting horrible.
Oh shit. Next subject.
What?
I had to bleep you, man. We can't tell the truth on YouTube like that. Yeah, so
Minority Report. You guys see that?
yeah, Minority Report. Yeah,
That's what makes me think
so
of.
we can't say certain things on YouTube. And y'all can say what we want. We gonna try to cover it up.
Okay.
But on YouTube, they blocking us out.
I want to ask why it's so bad right now, but we probably
No,
can't
I can
get
tell you the
into
truth,
that.
Mark.
Okay.
Why is because they have this thing called hate speech, and they trying to block the truth. So when they see us on the internet, especially during that when they were doing that, you know, the lockdowns, we were telling everybody don't trust it, and they're like, shut your video down, medical misinformation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fauci engaged should be in jail for a long time.
He's not though. That's
He better be.
That's the wolf protecting the wolf.
Yeah.
So it's not gonna happen.
I only got one, and I still worry. I'm like, and I'm like, I know. Don't. Well, it got so bad where employers made you do it to like have a job. You know,
No.
that was that forced on you.
Hey, yo, hey.
That's
Nah,
how
you
bad it was. I had to keep my job, and I was like,
No, you gotta have faith.
yeah,
Yeah.
See the difference?
yeah,
So they tried us like that too. We
Yeah.
here too. That's what we're trying to show everybody.
yeah.
We only difference between us is that either we're Israelite or not,
Yeah.
or that we have faith and you just didn't know.
I'm a big tennis fan.
Or
Novak
somebody that's
Djokovic.
blocking it out. That's different.
You know Novak Djokovic, tennis guy?
No.
He got kicked out of Australia, and he's won the Australian Open 7 times. He's like, I ain't giving the shot.
Ain't
He's
giving that
like,
Pow, pow, pow.
no, that trips me out. Just like that, that's crazy.
So we gotta be all petty and childish.
Free
and
speech.
You can't say nothing yet.
No, not no more.
Trump might change that. And Elon Musk.
Yeah.
He
Thank
said
God
already
thank God he took over Twitter.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I did.
He's supposed to be buying YouTube.
Oh yeah. He's like,
You
y'all
might be
ain't.
free to talk again.
See what's happening in the UK?
But the moment that happens,
Hey, bro, man.
You see what's happening in the UK?
Okay. Huh?
The UK? You see what's happening? They're arresting people for tweets. And it's getting serious.
I hate that word tweets, man.
I know, but just social media posts.
Yeah.
They're literally arresting people.
Where was that?
You asked for.
Think about getting arrested for a Facebook comment.
Yeah. Jonathan Bible, we read that one, right?
It's not like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
We read Psalms 3 and 1. Jeremiah 2:14, 2 and 14.
Hey, y'all be good. God
Hey, man,
bless.
that means
Yeah, no,
Thank you.
you as well. You as well. Keep
all
it up.
right? Even if you watch and you disagree, but it's
No.
just, we giving both
Hey,
sides of the story.
I appreciate other people's opinions. If someone disagrees, it's not like I hate them. That's the problem with this world. People like hate people just because they think something a little different.
Yeah, don't be
It's
like,
like, what's
don't be
the-
like YouTube, man.
Yeah, that's how you learn. You know, people have different perspectives.
Okay, bro.
All right, keep it up, guys.
All right, peace, man. No doubt, no doubt.
Jeremiah 2 and 14.
Yeah, 2 and 14 all the way to 20.
Jeremiah 2 and 14.
It's okay. They ain't too bad. They ain't too bad.
It says Israel. Oh, somebody was just reading it.
Yeah, I don't think we got the 20 though.
That's not. Go ahead.
We ain't get the 20. I don't think.
All right. We started on from the top.
Yeah, what's the game?
All right. Jeremiah 2 and 14. It says, "Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? The young lions roared upon him and yelled. They made his land waste. His cities are burnt without inhabitants."
See that? They burned down our cities, man. We got our own cities. All right. Yeah, he said the young lions. See, so young lions. Here you go. So now all those same nations that sent their armies in to take us down in 586 BC and all these different times, 70 AD. Now those same armies are back here on this earth today, going to war around the world. See how the Lord judge you? He'll have your spirit die, and then you'll go back to the Father. The spirit goes back to the Father. And then 100 years later, you get sent back to this earth, and you're back in a new body, born as a baby, here to live out your judgment. We were born back in this time to live out our slavery as judgment. You see that? And then we died during the time of slavery. Now you're back here again. Now you got a chance at the reward or judgment. You see that? So, so if you're born from your mother's womb, through sex, that's how men and women, that's how children are born. They don't say that today in school. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. But they be like, what? Really? That's everybody? Huh?
no, it's excuse me, all the genders.
Yeah. Yeah, this is basically Sodom again. Sodom and Gomorrah. So the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. destroyed it off the map with fire. So the Lord is going to destroy this place with fire. Thermonuclear destruction. Right? Yep. You might be one of the elect, bro. Now, the goal is to pray that you're one of the elect. All right, let's get there. Revelation 7 and 1. That's the goal. You got to pray that you're one of the elect. All right, the word elect means like chosen.
It's Revelation.
You know how you have elections? You know, you choose one.
I mean, and there.
I agree.
Our stance, yes.
Electoral college, I know, bro. But the Lord chose who He wanted out of our nation already. All right? So you got, out of grains of sands, out of stones, the Lord already got the stones that He wants. You dig me? All right, go ahead.
Revelation chapter 7, verse 1.
Right, the elect are like your favorite shoes you got in the house. The shoes can't say to you, hey, I thought I was your favorite. You know, you just chosen them. Just the one I chose. All right, go ahead.
And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor the sea, nor on any tree.
Right, what's the wind? Destroying wind? What's that, Jeremiah 50 or 51, I think? Right, so now, what's stopping the destruction from happening right now? Why is the destruction not happening right now?
That's a good question.
Why didn't it happen back during the time of Baghdad, you know? Or with George Bush Sr., you know, or Bill Clinton, or Obama? Why didn't it happen then? Read that again. Now it's going to sound better and not be more clear. Read it again.
And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor the sea, nor on any tree.
Right, go ahead.
And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea,
right,
saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads.
That's the goal. To seal it up, right? Just like you seal it up, you close it up, make it solid to a brother. The understanding of our King Yahawah'S, to understand everything about the Father, so you'll know who to have faith in, right? That's the goal. And then once that happens, 144,000, as it says. Read that. Read it a little bit more.
Verse 4. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and they were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel.
Woo! So that's what number you want to be in. All right? That's what number I want to be in. So we're trying to be sealed, and then the angels are going to bring that destruction. You see that? So who's controlling the war? Is it man? Is it Putin? Is it Bush? I mean, Biden. I keep thinking of Bush. Is it Biden? Is it Trump? Who's controlling the war? Is it the Illuminati? No, it's the Most High controlling. You see that? So they can do nothing unless the Most High allows it. Right? So why didn't it happen during what was it, Desert Storm? Why didn't it happen during World War II? Because the Lord says it's going to be a World War III. You see that? That's in the scriptures. Revelation 11. Let's get that. Second will pass, third will come quick.
Revelation chapter 11, verse
14.
Verse 14. The second woe was past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
Whoa, look at that. Come on, man. Come on. It's right there.
Which one was that?
Read that again.
It's Revelation chapter 11, verse 14. The second woe has passed, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
Woo! They have no idea, bro. You know what I mean? Some do. But the second woe passed in, what was that, 1938 to 1945. That was the Second World War. All right, the First World War was 1914, 1918. All right, somebody get that? Let's say, let's show us on the other page.
This is Revelation chapter 9, verse 12. It says, one woe is past.
See, one woe is past.
And behold, there come 2 more woes after.
That's one World War I. Now World War II. And he's saying the third will come quickly. That's it. Ain't gonna be a fourth. You see that? And you hearing Russia talk about it on the news. Now there were times where we was out here teaching and they weren't even on the news talking about it yet. Can you imagine how much we was getting laughed at? We telling people World War III, they be like, man, whatever, Obama got it. Remember those days? Obama got it, don't worry about it. But now we can conversate a little bit. You know, I guess we can point it out to the prophets, Habakkuk 2. Not lie. Yep. I need this.
You know what? I think I was meant to be here.
Yeah, me too.
No, it's like today at this very moment. I was
One second.
I was in the best headspace. I came over here just to the park, clear my mind, and I was trying to leave after I woke up from a nap in my car, and my car battery just turned off. And I was like, no, I'm here already. Let me go walk around and.
Damn.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you one good thing. Like that puts you in the direction where you need to be, and that's also gonna put you in the headspace where you need to be. I'm gonna tell you like this. It shows out the importance that you are. Like the elder just said, you could be very well be one of the elect, and you have to hold on to that. There's a reason why you were brought here today.
Man, let me sit down, bro.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of sleepy, so.
Yeah, you good, man.
Nah, that's funny how the Lord woke you up out of your sleep, like physically and spiritually. So I mean, you got everything you need right there in your hand. All you have to do is start watching the videos and catch up. And pretty soon you'll be right here fighting the battle right along with us.
Yeah.
You know?
He's still like, what the hell going on? He think he's dreaming.
Yeah.
No, you good. Come on
You're
through.
good.
You good.
Y'all all right?
Use your number,
Yep,
bro.
you good. You good.
Thank you.
All right, somebody grab Proverbs 20 and 24. Yeah, we get that.
This is Habakkuk chapter 1, Salaki chapter 2,
Yep.
verse 3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time.
So these prophecies were spoken of old time, but now they coming to pass. It's happening now. All right, go ahead.
It says, but the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
So now we can have that conversation. Because now the vision is happening. 2nd Ezra 9. Go ahead, brother.
Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
See, it's going to happen. He said, wait for it. It's going to happen. All right, it'll surely come, man. But people are like, nah, it ain't going to happen. All right, somebody got it?
Proverbs.
Who's got something in Proverbs? Huh?
You want 2nd Ezra 9?
Yeah.
2nd Ezra 9 and 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest parts of the signs pass, which I have told thee before.
Right, we're seeing part of the signs, part of the prophecies, part of the visions happening right now. We're seeing it. World War III, we're seeing it happening. Real time. Go ahead.
It says, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
So the Lord is visiting the earth, man, and they have no idea. Right. We can tell you what it looks like and everything. All from the scriptures, bro. You want to hear it real quick?
Sure, yeah.
That's right. Let's get it. That's right. Read this real quick. You right. Read this real quick. What you were talking about? Read that Proverbs real fast.
This is Proverbs chapter 20, verse 24.
All right, let's get Revelation 4.
Man's goings are of the Lord.
Right, man's goings are of the Lord, man. Go ahead.
How can a man then understand his own way?
That's why you can't understand what led you over here. Because the Most High is showing you that either the devil controlling you or he's controlling you. And it just so happened that whatever choices you may be making in your personal life have led you here to the crossroad. You get me? Everybody got a crossroad in their life, man. You know, you got to make the right choices. And it's those situations that help us build a character. And that character is what's needed for the next story. You feel me? So just wait for that page to turn. Let the Lord, he said, let patience have its perfect work. You know, that you may be entire, wanting nothing. You know, and make sure you breathe and be in the moment. And the Lord will strip you of all the bullshit around you and the things you may think you want, and then he'll place you where you need to be.
That's exactly why I got my phone on me. It helps me to be more in the moment and be present.
Yeah.
Just the feeling of it being on me.
Yeah.
It's just
gives me a little bit more distraction, but
Yeah.
I'm fully here in the moment. And
Yeah, it's like people could tap in with you anytime they feel like it. I'm like that, bro. I leave my phone to the side. I just go to nature, man. Just natural route, and breathe, and just be in the moment sometimes, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so many distractions. You know what I'm saying? And there ain't nothing that we can't get through. All right.
Going off what you just said, but the Lord wants us to have access to Him 24/7.
That's right.
Always.
All right, go ahead. So he said, man's goings are of the Lord. So how can a man even try to understand his own way? But we don't even know if we didn't ask to be born. You get what I'm saying? On the date you were born. So we don't know when we're gonna die. So how can we even understand our own way in the midst of that? It has to be written before we get it. All right, go ahead.
this is Revelation chapter 4, verse 1. After this I looked, and behold, a door was opened in heaven, and the first voice which I heard was as it were of a trumpet talking with me, which said, Come up hither, and I will show thee things which must be hereafter.
There you go. So, all right, go ahead. He was talking to John. I don't confuse too much, but this is a letter from John the Revelator on the Isle of Patmos around 75 to 95 AD. He was put there by an Edomite, a Caucasian Roman named Domitian. All right, and this is like history. So, and he saw the Messiah there on this island. So what they would do is they killed off all the prophets. Like we were prophets. You were probably a prophet in the ancient times. And if you're back here today, you're prophet. You may never know, right? So those prophets were killed off by the Roman Empire, and the last one alive was John the Revelator. You see that? And he took him and said, I'm gonna put you on an island, I'm gonna make you work and grind sugar mill, like the slaves. He was a black man. And on this island, the Messiah didn't desert him, he came to visit him. All right? This was his best friend, like we homies. And imagine if I would have died and they would come back and visit you. That'd be great. That's what we want. Go ahead.
Verse 2 of Revelation 4, and immediately I was in the spirit, and behold, a throne was set in heaven.
Right, Daniel 7, where it says, he had the wheels under his feet. Right.
A throne was set in heaven.
Right, Ezekiel 1, where it's talking about the throne, the last verse.
And one sat on the throne.
Right, so, and one sat on the throne. There's somebody sitting on this throne, bro. Go ahead.
Verse 3, Revelation 4, and he that sat was to look upon like a jasper.
So he looks like a jasper stone. So this is the color of the Most High. This is talking about the top one. Jasper stone. All right. We don't see this yet. Where is it? Is it on there? On the other one. Grab that sign for me. We don't see this. It ain't depicting this image. It says jasper stone. Go ahead.
It says, and he that sat was to look upon like a jasper stone, like a jasper and a sardine stone. And there was a rainbow round about the throne.
You got a rainbow around it. It's talking about God. The one they call God is describing his image, the way it looks like. In the Bible, they don't read this in church. In the Bible, they don't read it in church, man. Ain't that crazy? And you're hearing it today. Go ahead, we giving it straight to you.
And that
he had a rainbow about his throne. Go ahead, what color is the rainbow? Go ahead.
it says, and there was a rainbow about the throne, in sight like unto an emerald.
Like Emerald City. Somebody get emerald? We need somebody to look up the jewels. Like the stone that you're talking about. Yeah, emerald. I'm gonna show the brother each one. They describe it. Emerald. So he got a throne.
I'm gonna get sardine.
And they got a rainbow, not like the regular rainbow that we see from the water and the sun, but this one was like emerald around his throne. Alright? So somebody show me emerald. So it's gonna be like an emerald rainbow. It looks like if you had a glow about it. You ever seen Last Dragon? Yeah, the glow. Come on, man. Like that. So it looks like emerald around it, glowing. This is the Most High. Go ahead.
verse 4, Revelation 4, and around about the throne were 24 seats.
Yep.
And upon the seats I saw 24 elders sitting, clothed in white raiment, and they had on their heads crowns of gold.
Right, this represents the elect that's going to be taken up in his presence. Now, let's get to the point. I want to describe the vision, how he looks. Let's go to Daniel now, 7.
Daniel 7 and 9.
Right.
It says, I behold, till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow.
So the Ancient of Days. So that means before time existed, he existed. He existed. He look at time like we look at a watch. You know, the sun and the moon going around the earth, that's time. Day 1, day 2, day 3, he created that. So he exists outside of that. He exists in what's truly called the present. Us, we exist in time, past, present, future, where we can grow old and die off, you know what I mean? And stories can be written that way and closed, open and closed. So he exists outside of that. They call him the Ancient of Days, the Most High Yahawah. Go ahead.
He says, I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow.
So all these thrones on this earth are about to be cast down. All the rulership, Russia, all of the nations, America, you know what I mean? Babylon, like I was saying earlier. Go ahead.
And the hair of his head like...
Read that, the white as snow.
All right, this, Daniel 7 and 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit,
Right.
whose garment was white as snow.
They got a beautiful, bright white garment on. Go ahead.
And the hairs of his head like the pure wool.
And the head of his hair like what? Like wool. What's your hair like? Like wool. This is the Most High. You get what I'm saying? The Most High, he's out there, bro. And this is how he looks. All right, go ahead. And you ever heard of the James Webb telescope? No. These new telescopes they got out there in space where they can see far into space and all that. They got an image of them. They saw them. Check it out sometime. Look up the first image from the James Webb telescope and just zoom in. And you're going to see a big, giant man sitting on the throne with white woolly hair. Everything I'm saying. Everything we're saying right now. They said, and it's going to say this. Did James Webb see... Did the James Webb telescope catch an image of God? They're going to say that.
It says...
Sure, yeah. Well, we ain't lying. We got proof. That's the first image. Oh, that's right. That's nice.
And then that part is
I like concrete. Yeah, you got Yep. So, but no, let's keep going with this though. Who was reading?
I was...
Ready?
No, I'm still reading.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. And his wheels as burning fire.
Right, so he got chariots under him as well. Go ahead. That was it?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Ezekiel 1. The last 28. Where it said you saw a firmament.
This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 1 and verse 26. It says, 26. It says, and above the firmament that was over their heads,
Right, this happened in 592 BC. All right, go ahead.
was the likeness of a throne, as the appearance of sapphire stone.
BC, but you're gonna learn that later. All right, go ahead. So no.
And upon the likeness of the throne was the likeness of the appearance of a man above upon it.
So what's the firmament? The firmament is that skyline you're looking at. All right, what they call the huh?
troposphere.
No, the atmosphere. Atmosphere. All right, and it's 7 layers to the atmosphere, which is called the firmament. All right, you got 7 layers to it. Even a balcony, if you want to call it that, which is called the exosphere. And then on the lowest form of it, you have, after that, you got space. You know, you in the space vacuum. That's why they ain't really go out there yet, because they get shot off in the space vacuum or warped out of, Anyway, so coming to the Earth, the lowest form of that atmosphere is the troposphere. That's where the dust layers is at and everything, That's where the storms happen at, right? From the space weather onto the Earth. So he's saying what? This man, it was a man sitting on top of that. So what happens when you look at a plane that's real far away and you looking at it? So if you get up close to it, that's your huge, ain't it? Yeah. So if you can look on the atmosphere and see a man right now, he got to be huge. If you can see him, he can't even fit in the earth probably. This is the Most High. That's why he got to send his son down here. You see what I'm saying? And send us. All right? But we just got to wake each other up. That's all. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 27. And I saw as the color of amber.
So he had the color of amber, which is like a amber lights. You know what I'm talking about? It's like a yellowish brownish.
Yeah.
Amber.
I saw the photo.
You saw that the amber type of joint. Oh, you saw the photo too. I did. Go ahead.
As the appearance of fire round about within it.
So he had fire around his throne. Go ahead.
From the appearance of his loins even upward.
So from the loins upward. So he got loins. He got legs. The Most High Creator. He out there on the throne. You looking at the throne, and you see he got legs too, and a waist and upward. Right? Now I'm starting thinking about that last dragon I was talking about. The glove. Watch this.
And from the appearance of his loins even downward, I saw as it were the appearance of fire.
So upward and downward, he had the appearance of fire around it. Hey, go ahead, man.
And it says, and it had brightness round about as the appearance of the bow that is in the cloud.
Had the appearance of a rainbow in the clouds.
And you did mention BC, so before Christ, is that where you're going?
Okay, now.
Is that what you say it stand for, or is it something else?
It stands for something else, but you on point though, with what you were thinking. But before Christ, they made that up. It's really before the Common Era. BC means before Common. The Common Era just means before the Roman Empire. See that? But they said before Christ, it was like the Roman Empire was around before the Messiah. You know, at that time, the Messiah was born in 4 BCE. See that? So it's like, you know. And then what's the other one? AD, Anno Domino, which means the year of our Lord. All right, so it'd be better to say before the common time, common era. Meaning in the Roman Empire, anybody could try to become an emperor. They weren't worrying about color at that time. So it was like a common era. Anybody could try to get the government spot.
And when's the next time you're gonna be over here, or like somewhere else?
Every Saturday, we out here until the Lord move us somewhere else. We just didn't leave it because you never know.
And I heard Saturday's supposed to be like the original day. People supposed to worship and like go to church, but like
let's get that in Sirach. I think it's Sirach. Ezra, the new moon. Where it say the moon's for feast day. Let's finish this and we're gonna get that for that point. All right, go ahead. I know you got great roles in there, but
back in Ezekiel chapter 1 and verse 28, it says, as the appearance of the bow that is in the cloud in the day of rain, so was the appearance of the brightness round about.
There you go.
This was the appearance of the likeness of the glory of the Lord. And when I saw it, I fell upon my face, and I heard a voice as one that spake.
Woo. If we saw the Lord right now, we'll faint. That's why you're gonna see him. We're gonna see him when we die. But he's about to bring that here where we can see him in this realm, man. And he's gonna go to war with these people, bro. Right? But you just heard it. You heard it. What do you say? Sapphire stone, sardine stone, dark skin. Now let's read the image of his son, the Messiah, the one they call Christ. Right? That's not his real name. Jesus, that word means hail Zeus. So, you know what I'm saying? We don't want to praise Zeus, right? We want to deal with Yahawah'S, the Messiah. The word Messiah just means anointed, right? So the Greek way you would say that would be like Christ, but we don't deal with that, right? So where we at?
You want the moon?
No, I was just saying something else to you.
The name?
No, let's deal with this. Your point. Let's deal with your point. Then we're gonna go to Yahawah'S situation.
Jesus. Now that makes sense. I ain't gonna lie. I had somebody say fuck Jesus one time before.
Yeah.
And I didn't get offended or anything like that. Because even from a little age, I didn't really like try to feel like Christianity was like the way, but
yeah.
But
I felt like he was standing up for something, you know.
But like he said it, I was like, let me try to see what it's all about. Yeah. And like that makes sense because this is just so similar. Yeah. Hell Zeus. Yeah. Like ain't no coincidence.
Ain't no coincidence, bro. Come on, man. So they got our people praising Zeus. All these years, our parents, our grandparents, they have died off calling on that name, not knowing the Hebrew, you know. Let's get to this point just to deal with the days, like you were talking about, the Sabbath, and then we'll go back to.
All right, this is a day. I appreciate it.
That's the goal, bro. That's the goal, man. There you go.
This is so.
Hey, comfort with these words. Yeah, somebody get that comfort with these words.
Comfort one another with these words. All right, this is Sirach chapter 43, verse 6. He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world.
Hey, we're supposed to use the moon to tell the time. All right, not Julius Caesar's calendar, where he put Monday, Moon Day, Tuesday, 2. There's an idol named 2. Wednesday goes back to Woden. Woden is the same thing as Santa Claus. Same person. Woden. Thursday, Thor. Friday, Freya. Saturday, Saturn. Sunday, Zeus. Once again. Come on, man. So to step outside of that, you have to deal with what the Lord said to deal with is the moon. And you can look at the moon and it's a perfect calendar. It changes, right? Waxing, waning, right? You can see it. So when there's no moon, there's a new moon being made. Then you got 7 evenings from that. That's your 7. So that can land on any day.
According to their calendar.
According to their calendar. Yeah. So last week, like last month, it was on Wednesday, from evening to evening. So now, the other day, the new moon landed on a Friday.
Yeah.
So now we're keeping it from Friday to Saturday until the next new moon. See that? So now the word month comes from the word moon. All right? So if you go home and you type it on your phone, whatever, and you type in month, where it comes from, it's going to say moon. So what happens when you get a new moon? You get a new month. So after a month, you get what? Days. The Sabbath represents what? The 7th day. So every new moon, 7 evenings after that, is your new moon. Is your Sabbath. Make sense? I hit you with a lot, but did that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense, but
Yep.
Question real quick. What is the first day of the week?
Sunday.
Right. So why isn't like the beginning of each month Sunday day 1? See what I'm saying? If it's the first day of the week, then you have days, you have weeks, and you have months. So every first day of the month should be a Saturday. But it's not like that because they're not going according to the calendar that the Lord told us to go by. All right, this verse 7, it says the moon.
Go ahead, brother.
All right. It says from the moon is a sign of feast, a light that decreaseth in her perfection.
So it decreases in perfection. So once it gets to its perfect stage, which is what? A full moon. Right? Yahawah'S? So a full moon is when it's like at perfection. You see that? And then it decreases. Right? It wanes to no moon. And that's when you go outside, you don't see no moon in the sky. Because it's a new moon. You see that? All right, go ahead.
It says, verse 8, the month is called after her name.
Whoa, the month is called after the moon's name. How clear can it get? That's where we get the word month from, the moon. So that's where we should get our Sabbath from. See that? All right.
Increasing wonderfully in her changing.
So it just decreased, and then it starts to new moon, and then it increases. Increases wonderfully in her changing. Most High made that perfect for us to see. That's the real schedule, the time. That's the real timekeeper, the moon. Right?
It says, being an instrument of the armies above.
Right. So should we worship it? No. We don't worship the moon god. Islam, Muslims, they deal with that. Islam, they worship in the moon. You see that? That's why they wear the crescent moon. We don't deal with that either. The Lord said it's an instrument. You see that? So the sun, moon, and the stars is not supposed to be worshipped. But it's there as instruments for us. Right? For harvest, to get the sun, to grow crops with the sun, Go ahead.
It says, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven. the beauty of heaven, the glory of the stars, an ornament giving light in the high place of the Lord.
Right, it gives light. It don't create its own light, but it shines light from the sun. Just like us, we don't have our own light. But we reflect our light from the sun. That's our wind. See that? And now we're going from no moon, no light to increasing in our perfection. You see that? All right, go ahead, one more. Somebody had it. They'll hold me. Yeah, Yahawah's had the image of the Messiah. Man. All right, because you know they put that messed up image up. That guy there, his name is Cesare Borgia. This guy here, they call Jesus. That's Zeus for real. But this guy here, he was the son of Rodrigo Borgia. You can look him up on Showtime at home. It's called the Borgia family. They were known as the first crime family, bro. The first crime family. And the crimson means red, crime, red people. He red as hell, ain't he? Look at the collar on his shirt, that's white. He red. Once you understand that, you understand the scriptures. But this guy here, look at his hair. His hair white and woolly? No, it looks like a goat hair. It looks like goat hair, not a sheep, not a lamb, not wool, right? So this guy here, let's look at the image of the Bible. We're gonna look at this image at the same time. What the Bible says, let's look at that. They put him up. He was the son of Rodrigo Borgia in the 1600s. They put his image up as the Messiah. Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci, which is also his boyfriend. And they put him up as the Messiah after the orders of Rodrigo Borgia to put him up there. He killed his own sister, Lucretia Borgia, and he did something to his own brother. I can't remember what it was. Go ahead.
I think he killed his sister. Killed the brother, laid with his sister.
No, he laid with his sister and unalived his brother.
Oh.
This is Revelation.
So that's a murderer, bro. And they got him in all the churches, all the family. I was little, the spirit was on me, man. I seen pictures of that in my house. My parents would leave the room, they come back, they doing trash. All around the house. Doing away, little crosses. I was proud. Cigarettes. Go ahead. I feel like I did something. Oh, that was me. That's all right.
This is Revelation chapter 1, verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot.
That's where we get these garments from. All right, it's in the Bible. You know what I mean? The Lord told us to wear these. This blue represents the covenant, or remember agreement that he made with us. That's the first thing I talked to you about when you walked up. The covenants, the marriage. And these right here are supposed to represent the laws. All right? All the laws he told us to keep. You feel me? Those 613 laws he told us to keep. Go ahead, brother.
And girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
So he had a golden girdle around his paps. So now this is John the Revelator once again in Revelation, seeing the Messiah come from the spirit world talking to him. So he's a prince now. In the ancient times, they would wear a war girdle, you know, a girdle right here. You know, it's something you wrap around you, like metal. Keep from swords hitting you. But now the princely people, royalty, they wear it up here around their chest, around their pack. See what I'm saying? So they would wear that and wrap that like a band and be like princes, kings. So they're saying he made it to the level of a king now. So he's looking at a king with gold wrapped around him. Yahawah's. Go ahead.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Like mine getting there. You know, I'm young, but I still got white and woolly hair. You know what I mean? But, so the top of his head and his face were white and woolly. You don't see nothing yet. Process of elimination.
As white as snow.
White as snow. That ain't white as snow. Right?
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Right, your eyes look a little reddish right here. Our eyes always got the little reddish tone to it. He's a black man, bro. You see that? All right, go ahead.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
Right, John the Revelator was looking at his feet because he had sandals on. And you look at somebody's feet, they should be the same color as your body. Unless there's something wrong, you know what I mean? Unless they got like a messed up colors on their body and shit, you know, like decolors. Leprosy or some shit. But he was looking at his feet, and he said his feet were what?
And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
So the color of his skin was like taking brass and burning it. Brass is what? Like brown. So imagine if you take that like a key and you burn it. What color is it going to turn? Real black. Who the hell is this, man? Daniel 10, 5, and 6. Alright? So Yahawah's, he's the so-called black. It's in the KJV. Now to answer your question, this is the King James Bible. All right? This is the King James Bible. King James was a black man from the tribe of Judah. His real name was King Yahawah, Malak Yahawah. All right, we can show you an image of him too. But they lied and said he was a so-called Caucasian.
And what's the deal with the New Testament?
The New Testament versus the Old Testament? Well, it's just a story of Yahawah'S and the prophecies coming to pass. They're setting the tone for the new covenant. All right? So you got the Old Testament, which is like with Moses, and our deliverance from Egypt, and the covenant that was given to us. But then you got the New Testament dealing with the prophecies and us reaching for the new covenant. You see that? Testament, covenant, same thing. All right? So the testament is the testimony of Yahawah's. Him coming to die for us and going on the cross, and that's the testimony of that.
Let me ask one more question before I get ready to bounce. So I know in the Old Testament they had mentioned like certain foods not to eat.
Yeah.
In the new one they said they took some of those out.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
All right, now let's get to you straight. What he said, not come to destroy the laws or the prophets. And I know you gotta go, so I'm gonna make it quick. But basically, he never took the laws away from us. It just only thing he took from us was the punishment for those laws. He ain't killing us right now. He killing us for people, but like if you eat some pork, you can repent and say I'm sorry. You know what I mean? But in the ancient times, you ate that, you was done. You know what I'm saying? These people walking around here like RuPaul. I can't say it. They couldn't do that when the Lord. They couldn't do that during the times of Moses. You get me? They'll be hunted down. See the difference? The judgment for it is not there yet. So what's coming? Judgment Day. You see it? You see it? So I can destroy y'all, but I'm gonna hold back. I'm gonna give y'all time to wake up. If you get the hell out my way, I'm gonna destroy their ass. You see it? So everything you wasn't supposed to eat in the Old Testament, you still shouldn't eat it now. The Lord said what? He changes not. He didn't change. We changed. Right? So he gave basic instructions before leaving Earth. He gave us instructions. Everything come with instructions. Even that camera. We come with instructions too. How to be a human on this earth. So don't eat this. It's going to kill you. Don't eat this. It's going to give you diabetes. Don't eat. You see it, right? What our people been doing? Not listening.
Exact opposite.
You coming to the pork, what is it? Crab pot boil?
Yeah.
Catfish?
Well, catfish is the reason I'm in vegan right now.
Yeah.
I went to a restaurant, pulled a long parasite out. I'm like,
Damn.
I'm gonna try this vegan diet, see what it's all about. It's been about like 4 weeks now, and hey man,
That's good though, bro. See, I told you, whatever steps you taking, bro, it led you here. You feel me? So,
yes,
you can read.
1 minute.
Yeah.
Can I catch your name before I do?
Yahawah.
Yahawah?
Yeah.
That's it.
All right, bro. Nice meeting you, man. What's your name?
Johnny, I guess.
Johnny. So John.
I'm changing it.
John
I don't know what though.
in the Hebrew, John is Yakanan. That's it. That's a Hebrew name, bro. Yakanan, which means grace of God. Yep. John is Yakanan. We just ran from John all day. Funny, so you knew that too. I kept saying John the Revelator. Yeah. That's deep, man. Somebody read it. Can you break it down dealing with the laws? Matthew, and then he got a roll after that. I'm gonna get it back to you.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. Right? So he came to fulfill the whole law, not to destroy anything from the law. Right? That was his whole purpose: fulfill prophecy and fulfill the laws. All right, that we broke. All right, it says verse 8. Verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass away, one. Somebody give me some light. You know it. For one jot or one tittle shall no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. So anybody that's out here trying to teach that the laws are done away with, no, the curse of the law is done away because we're not getting judged right when we break the laws. And when like our peace offering and our sin offering is us repenting and turn back into Yahawah'S, turning back to Yahawah who's going to lead us to Yahweh, because he was sacrificed for an atonement for the sins that we did in the past. So now going forward, we try our best to uphold the law 100%. We're not going to get them 100% right. There's laws we're going to break daily, because like wearing mixed fabric is breaking the law. So now we need a redeemer for that, and he's our redeemer, and we're stuck in this sinful flesh, right? And we can't. He's the only one that came down here in the flesh and was able to keep it perfect, and he fulfilled that. That was him fulfilling it.
Right. He never did away with the laws, though.
Right.
See that? You caught that?
I caught that.
He never did away with them. But the people like, yeah, I can do what I want now. That's that satanic belief. Aleister Crowley, Masonic belief. You'll see Jay-Z wearing that shirt. Do as thou wilt. Meaning they do what the hell they want to do. You know what I mean? Do whatever comes to your mind, right? Or if you can't beat them, join them. Or in Rome, do as the Romans do. Right? So we supposed to do as Yahawah said and do as Yahweh said. That's John, Yah-Kanan. See how you separated Yah, Ka? That was like Ka. It made that sound Ka and Nan. I mean, His grace is sufficient, or His grace, or He is graceful. So He's graceful to you, bro. He's showing you grace right now by having you fall asleep. Wake up over here. Yes. You slept, walk over here.
He woke you up. So you come over here to be woken up.
Right. That's deep, man.
What's happening? We definitely appreciate y'all words.
Yeah, man.
Oh, y'all.
And watch online, get caught up, go back to the old videos, pull out a pen and paper so in case something hits you, like, oh, that was deep. Write it down. But that might be something that you meant to teach to somebody someday. You know what I mean? And if something happened to us, you'll be here to finish out the job. You know, stand up where if something happened to us. You get me? So that's our goal, is to each one reach one and teach one. You know, just like that immortal army on the movie 300, the Immortals. Remember that? That Chinese army that came through with all black and the little mask and shit. You know, they was called Immortals because when you kill one, another one would pop up. Meaning they have people waiting in the wings. And they all have masks, so you'll see another. Oh, I just killed 10,000. I mean, it was 10,000 of them. I killed like 5 of them. Now it's 5 again. 10,000 again. See that? So each one reach one, teach one. And we're a body, you know. The head cannot say to the toe or the foot that you're not important. You know what I'm saying? So you can teach the milk. You know, you can teach the milk, meaning like trying to feed a baby. That's what I'm teaching you now. He said, as newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word. You know, somebody show up and say, I want to know all the deep stuff. Nah, you showed up and say, hey, I got a simple question. I just want some milk. He needs some milk. Right? You know what I'm saying? So he said, desire the sincere milk of the word. And then once the child goes from the milk, they go to what? To the meats and the vegetables, you know? And they start to feed themselves. And then the child starts to feed others when they become adults. That's the goal.
Give me something to think about.
All right.
All right, y'all say bless. I appreciate
All right, shalom.
All right, Yahawah, my brother.
Yahawah.
Oh, yo, if you ain't got no jump, man, let us know. If you can't find nothing.
All right, I appreciate it.
All right, just let us know. All right, yeah, appreciate it. Go ahead, bro.
This is Matthew chapter 9, verse
1
30.
minute. That's your hanging on, ain't it?
Matthew chapter 9, verse 35. And Yahawah went about, I'm going to go to verse 36 to get to the point. But when he saw the multitude, he was moved with compassion on them. This is Yahawah, because they fainted and were scattered abroad as sheep having no shepherd. Then saith he unto his disciples, the harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few. Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest that he will send forth laborers into his harvest. And I brought that out because that brother could very well, he could be one of the laborers that we need to bring forth the harvest of the elect, so that way we can get out of this place.
Yeah, he definitely got a soldier quality about him. He's a soldier, man. You can tell somebody taking them deep breaths, that spirit hitting them. Now I tell them to breathe.
You see them back them tears.
You can see the tears, yeah. It's a lot of energy. Yeah. You know, you need to tell them to just breathe and calm yourself, man. Slow breaths. But we're gonna wrap it up, man, because I got like
I already know.
There we go.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna wrap it up. Any more precepts?
Over there.
Yep. Any more finishes?
This is
Cut.
first.
All right, you usually got one too. Yeah.
This is First Thessalonians chapter 4 and verse 17. It says, Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. Wherefore comfort one another with these words. Come on, man. Just straight to the point. We comfort one another with these words. You know, letting our brothers and sisters across the four corners of the earth know that, you know, our big brother is in the Shemayim, in the heavens, and one day he gonna return back for his children.
Right, man. You feel great.
Think about it though. Think about it. Right. What was said right before it said comfort one another with these words? It said then we shall meet the Lord in the air. We're drawn up in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. It just made me think about like this word is preparing us to fly, pretty much. Just like reading Rainbow, Butterfly in the Sky, I can go twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book. Like, so it's exactly what it's about. It sounds funny, but that's what we're doing. To learn how to fly.
And just like poverty is preparing us for riches.
That's why we're here on the ground, to learn how to be up there.
Yeah, building character. Building a character. It's deep, man. All right, we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna end it there, man. We're to Yahawah'S, man, for this truth. This is where the real money is at. This is the real success. You know, at the end of the day, you know, this is what we can carry on with us to the next life, man. So with that, we're gonna end it. We're gonna say, Call, Halayim, La, Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawah'S, Ba'ashem, Ha, Rakah, Kudash, Ma'amah. All right, double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. And shalom to you, Akim and Akwatim, and the children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth, man. We almost out of here, man. All right,
Shalom.
Shalom.
DTA.